Cuff, Lennox, folks, stay safe.
Yeah. Oh boy, don't forget tonight Corridor Transformation with Lennox Smith, 8 p.m. on Facebook. Yes. And don't forget the one-stop shop. Make sure give us a call for any issue or any kind of assistance that you need in getting good service. 239-2821, 239-2821, or 327-5066, or 327-5066. Again, we deal with vacuums, blenders, microwaves, water pumps, water heaters, your fan ain't good, your TV screen gone, your whatever. You want graphics? You in that. You want a mechanic? Anything you want, give us a call. Robert Amar is in the building. Sense and Sensibility coming up next with Jemm. Robert Amar. Until tomorrow, please God, the Gong Report team, we are out of here.
Love to wine, represent all that we want to see. Happiness, prosperity. I for you and you for me. Cause if you cut me, you go see blood. And if you squeeze me, you go feel the blood.
Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth, but we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
More FM, 18 years of great music, 18 years of great announcers, 18 years of great DJs. On Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, More FM celebrates 18. On Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, More FM celebrates 18 years, East, West, North, South, and the Sister Eye. Tobago, come celebrate with the More FM 18th anniversary at Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. It's a black and white anniversary. Ladies in black, men in white at the Center of Excellence on July 23rd, 2022. Advance tickets, the price at $150 and doors open at 10 p.m. sharp.
Is all that you can.
More FM celebrates 18. For more info, call 303-5920-789-2881 or 466-0001. More FM celebrate 18.
Let's have a good time.
Home is where you can foster new memories, where you can rejuvenate. Home is where love is, a peace of mind. Home is a house with a land to expand. Home is at the serene Boiscano Park or the gated sanctuary of Ella Vista Gardens. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, indoor laundry, and private parking. Starting at $1.275 million, Home is DG Homes, Sangre Grande, 691-5659, 721-9186, or 379-8990. DG Homes, modern and luxurious living for all.
You choose. And when me drink, me get a natural boost. Ginger, lime, and turmeric. Keep away every sickness. Get a bottle of this orange spice. And make a healthy choice in your life. And let me drink up the juice. And let me drink up the thing from the roots. And let me drink up the thing from the fruits. The you juice.
Put yourselves in gear, TNT, to laugh like never before. Randy Blasco Productions, Let's Laugh Again National Comedy Tour.
This is a bad one.
I hear a fella calling a man donkey. Donkey. I say, boy, why didn't I call you donkey? He say, boy, he always calling me so.
This is Sunday, June 26th, 5:30 p.m. Napa Port of Spain. General tickets only $100 while stocks last. Reserved and VIP also available at Napa Box Office, Bellini's Drug Mart, Extra Food Supermarket, IslandEtickets.com. For more info, call 774-5555.
Looking to complete your home or private project? Well, the place is Midland Hardware. We carry a large selection of roofing and plumbing supplies, lumber, steel, water tanks, and much more. Get your sand, gravel by the bag, yard, or load. No one beats our prices. Visit us at the corner of Sinclair Road and Eastern Main Road, 5 Rivers, or call 646-2144. Midland Hardware.
At Queens Beach Celebia Resort, Spa and Conference Center, we have mastered the luxury of getting away from it all. Guests can enjoy our ultra-premium spa or our canopy lounge, nestled in the Orchid Garden, surrounded by lush tropical sights and sounds of the ocean. Queens Beach Celebia Resort, Spa and Conference Center, your eco-friendly resort oasis, located on the northeastern coast of Trinidad. For At Queens Beach Celebia Resort, Spa and Conference Center, we have mastered the luxury of getting away from it all. Guests can enjoy our ultra-premium spa or our canopy lounge, nestled in the Orchid Garden, surrounded by lush tropical sights and sounds of the ocean. Queens Beach Celebia Resort, Spa and Conference Center, your eco-friendly resort oasis, located on the northeastern coast of Trinidad. For reservations, please call 226-1456, front desk or mobile 460-4575 and 370-0501.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air, they just couldn't resist. And like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. The kids can't resist it either. Plus, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
This election is not about me. This election is about those people out there. This election is not about me. This election is about their party.
Vote for Dr. Fuad Khan as party leader. Let me use my experience to make the party win again.
Bringing the fire to your radio. It's More FM 104.7. Broadcasting live. From 177 Traggery Road. This is More FM 104.7. From every street corner to every block.
Yeah, I hope you're ready for this one.
It's More FM 104.7. Sense and Sensibility.
Good morning, Trinidad, and a very good morning to Tobago. Yes, I am feeling much better today. I was under some stress yesterday because of this country. But today I feel a breath of fresh air. I listened to Michael Anizet this morning, and I'll play for you a little later on today the pushback movement's contribution to the Labor Day. I want to thank the unions for their respect and responsible way of dealing with the station. And yes, I expect that if we step out of line, that you will also do what you are doing at this present time to this political debacle that has been history recorded as we speak as the worst government to have ever seen the Democratic Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And we talk a lot more about that. We start with the prayer. O God, my Father, without you, I am nothing. And with you, everything is possible. Show me the path I must walk today so that I could be a good representation of my own earthly father.
and a proper example to those around me, especially my family, friends, and co-workers. Humble me that I may live out each day the values of generosity, compassion, honesty, and integrity. Strengthen me that even in the midst of opportunity, I will resist the temptation to sacrifice the values passed on to me. And when that time has come and my life is over, O God, may I be truly blessed by you, my God of compassion and love. In God's name, amen. 11 minutes after 9 o'clock, as we climb the toting pole today, on this day, Wednesday, the 22nd of June, and obviously on the front page of the newspaper this morning, more dough for flour. I am not aware, and I have not checked, but the last time that I got information about flour, we import that flour from the northern part of this hemisphere, and that is from Canada. So when I see NFM blaming Ukraine war for the 33% hike, I turn my nose up at the stench of that piece of information. I am not telling you that the Ukraine war did not have any impact on the cost of doing business, including that of importation of food. I am not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that our wheat is coming from a different area, and the wheat they're talking about from Ukraine is being blocked. Okay, and that could result in the world prices based on profiteering, and you would believe that leaders all over the world would have done something about it. And somebody called me this morning and indicated, well, you know, Farley have a plan, and that plan is to organize and do cassava flour and sweet potato flour, and this flour and that flour. Flowery talk. Flowery talk. If a man who has been in charge for 6 months, and one of the people that support the show, maybe they don't support me, said I should listen to the interview, I wouldn't even waste my time listening to the interview. The reality is that the THA has become, in a sense, the new stomping ground for the PNM. Such a convenience. 6 months, even if you didn't have the best experience or the best brains, it's no different than the issues that we face with regards to the criminal problems in the country or the deviant behavior that has been blamed on poor courthouses or the lack of infrastructure. Both the Chief Justice and the former Attorney General made those comments. That even took a building that was built for a different purpose on the waterfront and is now converting 5 or 6 of the floors to be used for magistrates' courts. Okay, it's a move in the right direction, but you want to tell me after almost 2 years, we haven't been able to get 5 courts or 10 courts commissioned in that building? No, but the grand way is let's wait for all to be finished and get up one day and have a big ceremony to show off to the country that we now have 18 more magistrates' courts. Excuse me, I got a frog in the voice there. 18 more magistrates' courts. That is what you call concocted bullshit. While Rome burns, we wait for what? Today the country is at its peril It's at the edge. It's at the brink of explosion. That's where we are. No thanks to the politician, because they themselves, with their own damn nasty, stinking attitude, they should have been ones that should have go to stink and dirtiest on the weekend and climb up the mound of mud. We should have carried all of them there. As I said to you, that part of the economy has been taken over now. You think the dark economy in this country doesn't understand how to launder and clean money? And you believe the 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, whatever numbers of you went there, you have contributed in any way? All you have done is put yourself at risk. God forbid that there is some problem in one of those functioning parties that is for you to exhale. God forbid. It's like, God forbid that not another idiot will go to the gas station and light up a cigarette. Let us hope that God really is a Trini, because we have been living on the edge. We've been living on the edge for years. And somehow or the other, you, the people of the country, don't understand that. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Amar.
Morning to you.
Gary. I'm glad you're back in the saddle again.
You're glad I never left the saddle?
The saddle must have left you then.
Well, it's quite possible, you know. Sometimes you have no choice, you know. You get on a horse and you can't ride it. What you gonna do?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I want to thank you for being also included, not just the jokers in charge in Trinidad, but it seems that every world leader, and especially your favorite president in the United States here, who has cocoa in the sun when it comes to Ukraine, that, for that sector, Trump not there anymore, so they can't blame Trump. So whatever, now they have to point at Ukraine and the and Putin.
Yeah,
but you bring up a very, very, you bring up a very, very valid point. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Casablanca, but not the movie itself. But you know, certain areas in the world, or certain cities and countries all over the world, especially during the Cold War, were hot spots for shrewd capitalists and socialists and communists and so on. And Casablanca was no different, with spies from all sides and stuff like that.
Right.
Turkey and a lot of other places, France, well, notorious. But in this modern age, Ukraine was the ground zero when it came to government corruption, from all fronts. And but as you pointed out, the source of a lot of, the wheat and flour into Trinidad, as you mentioned, I thought it might have been in the United States, but you're saying it's Canada.
Well,
right?
I'm now pulling it up on the internet.
Right, okay. But here's my thing about it. They make it sound as though Ukraine, and I was saying all these pieces of garbage who we leave in charge, I call them that garbage, that they're trying to tell me that Ukraine sounds as though that was the only food basket for the entire world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and that's so much a very, very big lie. Because I remember when we, over here in the United States, put an embargo against Russia and China at one time, wheat producers here in the United States were crying and saying, well, you're doing that and you're hurting us. So something it's not adding up. The logic, it definitely not adding up. So, as I said, they're always looking for a scapegoat and an excuse. First it was Trump, and I'm speaking even in the Caribbean. First it was Trump, then it was COVID, and then what's his name, Putin, and now the war. I mean, who else? I want to see what options after the war. What their options will be. To blame who. But getting back to Trinidad, though, yeah, you bring up a very, very valid point. And if you had real journalists out there, these are the kind of questions that should be asking, the short man and the other one. But anyway, thank you again, sir. So you keep up the good work, okay?
I appreciate your call.
Take care.
All right, people. Well, I see Ruby has joined us. Is she? No. Yeah, okay. She's there now. Here we go. I was doing a quick research on this whole wheat situation. Unfortunately, I didn't know it would have been on the front page. Good morning, Ruby.
Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, the world. Good morning to your last caller there. Great contributions. It's so much, he's so confused because this place is so crazy. Do you hear me, Robert?
I'm hearing you.
Okay, how is sounding then?
You're sounding like you're right outside the window with some vehicular noise, but you're good.
You're hearing a little bit of noise? Well, I'm mobile this morning.
Yeah, I realized that.
Yeah, so how you doing this morning?
I'm better today than yesterday.
Yeah, you sound better today. Well, I missed your start. Sorry, but let me start with, my start would be Romans 8, verse 14. For all who are led by the Spirit of God are sons of God. The Lord does not want us to do life alone. He wants us to know that He is with us to lead us each step of the way. God's Holy Spirit wants to show you which way to go. It is part of our privilege as children of God to know this dimension. Lord, I ask you that your Holy Spirit will come right now and invade my heart and my life. May I know what it means to be led and guided by your Spirit so that I can do what pleases you. In your Son's name I pray. I wish everybody would have a productive, a safe, there's a wish, a productive, a safe, wonderful, peaceful, loving, humble Wednesday. Robs?
I'm right here. I was talking with regards to this whole issue about the flour, and
yeah, boy.
I hope we don't get cut off. But I'm using the same computer to search something on the internet. So just stick with me right there. You. Yeah.
As you're looking there, I went to one of the houses last night with the two guys that were still on the highway. And I heard it before one thing, Robert, but to really get it firsthand now.
Right.
Bodies are being kept yesterday to do after they identify the bodies to get an COVID test done on the bodies. Yes. So today they're going to do COVID tests on them, and then they have to wait 2 days to get the results before they could know if they could get the bodies to bury them, because if they're positive, it's a different kind of funeral. And these men are Muslims, so the family wanted to bury their Muslim rights. And obviously time going. I don't understand, Robert, why we doing that?
God alone knows. God alone. Even
people could just do what they want.
I don't even think that the Minister of Health, the CMO, the pretty lady that is the PMO, Principal Medical Officer, that went to represent Trinidad and Tobago at one of these high forums, I don't think she understands what the hell going on. They don't care. Their salary is guaranteed. That's all they care about.
You should give them the punch.
Well, I suppose.
I feel that's what happening.
World Data Atlas, Trinidad and Tobago wheat imports. Wheat import quantity, Trinidad and Tobago shot up by 16.6% from 120,000 tons in 2019 to 140,000 tons in 2020. Since the 1.54% decline in 2016, wheat imports quantity leapt by 9.38% in 2020. It says the description is composed by our digital data assistant. I don't know what the hell that means. And of course, it says in another one of these articles, where I researched some information kind of quickly, and this needs a little bit more work, Ruby. I mean, I'm just off the cuff with this, just following the information that is here. It says wheat flour, Trinidad and Tobago, HS code. Why the hell this is here? I can't get rid of it. Why? Okay, let's see. Wheat flour. It indicates that, and the numbers can't be right from what I am seeing here. I'll have to do the research on this, Ruby, but the reality is that I think that our wheat is imported mainly from Canada. I'm not certain, but maybe somebody outside there who has the ability to do some quick research could do it and could connect by sending us, posting on our Iconic 1047 Facebook page, which is where we are this morning. We're on the Iconic 1047 Facebook page.
Yeah.
Let's see if you could do your own.
I want to say, what's the name of the group, Robert? Robert Amar for, tell me again.
Robert Amar for Parliament, I think.
Right, Robert Amar for Parliament, I think it's 2020.
Yeah, it was 2020.
Right. I want to say good morning to everybody that is in that group. I swear. I love the people in that group, even those that, have the negative comments and all the PNMIs that patronize the group and all of that. I want to say good morning to you all. That group, what? Healthy conversations.
Healthy conversations, all right.
Robert, you have that there, and that's hiding that from Ruby Jemm all the time.
What can I tell you, girl? It's because I myself didn't even know it was there.
I saw someone, I think his name is Ansel or something. I saw that's his post is because I was always in the group, but I don't see stuff coming up now. And I saw he posted something, and that's what brought took my attention. And then I got in and those are smart people, and we need more people like that in the country. And these people are also ready to run out, Robert.
Well, I'll pull it up when I come off here today. I'll pull it up and see what's going on in it, because really and truly.
Yeah, don't forget you have to send me this stuff.
Yeah, I will send it for you. I'll send it for you. So
I sent you a song. I sent you a little video. I think we could debut that song this morning. That song make 20 cents and it's clean. Don't worry.
I hear you.
I also sent it on the board so that you'll have it there. It is being sung by Trinidad Madman. Right now, I feel like
while I'm hearing you, I know that fella called Trinidad Madman that's cost plenty, eh?
No. I listen to this whole thing, man. That's what I'm telling you. I listen, I ask, I think, I listen. It's clean. It's a clean song.
All right, okay. I did see you send it on the chat.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, we're looking at this whole situation of wheat flour, people. I think questions that have to be answered is, where is our wheat being imported from? I think we have to also look at the situation of this whole issue as to whether or not that wheat price has gone up all over the world and what kind of increase it has had. Because in addition, I know that we have a shipping problem, but here's the worst part. We have arable land in this country. And with all the bullshit that Fali talking about planting cassava, I wonder how much sticks of cassava he planted in Tobago since he get in inside of there. Or you waiting for somebody to do it, or you waiting to get some money so you could induce somebody to do it? We have a lot of talkers in this country. We have very few action-oriented people. And it's kind of unacceptable that you'd be in a position where you have power and not take the action that is prerequisite for the betterment of the country. Now, I'm equally pleased with what I have heard from Ansel Roger this morning, because I think, to be quite honest with you, I myself had sent my message for the Labor Day issue on the Sunday gone, Father's Day. And I'm looking to see if I find it now, because I think it's important for me to play that for you this morning. Because I heard some sentiments out of Mr. Roger that I think makes sense. You know, we can't be thinking as we are thinking today, where the only thing we could be thinking about is money, salary. After the salary is finished, what do we do after? How do we really get ourselves to the point that we want to get to? How do we get there? It has to be because of some rationale. Because the country, and that's why, I slipped up this morning again. Remember, people, when you're calling, the one way for you to get in is you have to confirm, for starters, about your nationality. And you could say what you want to say. I'm a Trinbagonian is your access phrase. That's where we get. Once you get there,
You understand?
we are.
Unless you're not a Trinbagonian.
If you're not a Trinbagonian, I'm not
And
vexed
you're
with
not a
you.
Trinbagonian.
I am vexed with you if you're not a Trinbagonian. So, Ruby, we're going
Robert,
to.
I'm just trying something here. Tell me. Just now, before you go, I'm just trying something. You tell me know if you're hearing me or if it's too far. You hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
Okay, good. Right, what do you want to say? We going where?
I'm saying we're going to get the bills out of the way. And then when we come back.
Oh, I missed Marlon this morning. What happened?
No, he's on every other. He's on. He's on the first, the second, and the fourth. He's on 2 weeks.
Well, anyhow. Well, all right.
He's on 2 weeks.
Good morning to you, Marlon. Wherever you are.
The sponsorship of that segment is only for 2 weeks at this time. As we get closer and as I see the things unfolding in the country, because every day now it looks like it have domestic abuse every day. Every single day, getting worse.
I was looking at a video last night where the father went to pick up the son at the mother's house, and they're going to court because she was talking about lawyer and thing, and they had a little thing, and he was telling. She said, "Well, you're bringing him back tomorrow, which is Sunday." He said, "No, Monday, because Monday's a holiday." She said, "No, you all ask for weekends. Monday's not weekend, even if it's a holiday, it's not a weekend,
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it.
You saw it?
Yeah.
And she started taping, but she was always taping because she probably know the fool she dealing with.
Right.
And the man see the taping and start to slap up the lady and I don't know if he tried to get the phone or what, but the kind of bruises in that little bit of time, but that man is a monster about.
Ruby, listen, you and I have to accept.
And when I look at, you know what worse than that, Robert? When they post these things on Instagram and Facebook, right? The comments that so imagine somebody saying she was provoking the man because she provoked the man because she was taping. What madness is that? So the body cameras that the police supposed to be wearing, that's a provocation.
Yeah, it will be.
CCTV cameras is a provocation.
Yeah.
What crap are you here?
It will be to that person. But let's get these commercials out of the way, people, and when we come back, we're going to enter into that discussion. We're going to enter into that discussion.
I changing the device, right? So look out for me when you come back.
Okay, good. No problem. All right, people. Here we go.
Come home. It's so modern, luxurious living for all.
Trinity Lighting, 123 Western Main Road, St. James. Special on Lumina LED bulb. Purchase 4 LED bulbs for $100, get 2 free. Trinity, they stock a wide variety of electrical supplies and specialize in light bulbs and parts for all your residential, commercial, marine, and medical fittings. Remember, buy 4 LED bulbs for $100, get 2 free. 628-8373 or 622-6935. Check them out on Facebook, Trinity Lighting, ETC LTD, or shop online at trinityetc.com. In the Miami area, contact them at 305-354-2033 or 305-932-0727. Remember, be safe and wear your mask. Trinity Lighting welcomes you to their main store, 123 Western Main, St. James.
Come to Sheltec for your everyday gaming needs. Get your eShop, PSN, Roblox, and Steam cards. Also get the latest PS5, PS4, Xbox, and Switch games. We have everyday specials, 2 for $500 on games for everyone. Shop online at sheltechelectronics.com and get even more discounts. Visit us at 11 to 13 Frederick Street, Capital Plaza, Port of Spain. Come to Sheltec for your everyday gaming needs.
Don't think twice. Super quality will never be beaten on price. Conveniently located at Twin City, Endeavour Road, Chabonas, and Cougar. Experience shopping comfort, wide lanes, and secured parking. Your one-stop shop for variety. Great prices, quality service, and yes, weekly special. Super quality, never beaten on price. Contact them 223-9715. Super quality, never beaten on price.
Calling all alumni of former Mukarapa Junior Secondary School, aka Mukarapa West Secondary School. All students of the 1972-1975 era since MJSS inception. Come join us at our 50th anniversary celebration, a golden jubilee to reach the unreachable star. On Saturday, 10th September 2022 at Mukarapa West Secondary School, Mukarapa Road, St. James, Port of Spain, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Your contribution of $500 submitted no later than August 2nd, 2022, which goes towards refreshments and accommodations. Part proceeds go towards the school's restoration. Please contact Stephen Telfer, 705-6910, Rhonda Clark, 309-4553, and Charmaine Ford, 625-3623 for more information. It's a family celebration, MJSS. It's gonna be epic. See you there.
Southside. It's your turn as we take you down memory lane. The biggest back in times event to hit Southside on Saturday, 16th July. At Black Sails Restaurant and Bar, Ducks Ranch, 51 SS Erin Road, Philippines, San Fernando. From 9 p.m. featuring the Hitman Howie T, King Kabuki, and yours truly, Ishmael, the Demolition Man. Admission $100. Lots of prizes and giveaways to be won. For more information, call or WhatsApp Sammy at 342-9518 or Black Sails 682-6801. Memory Lane.
Oh yeah. I'm on fire.
Saturday, 16th July at Black Sails Restaurant and Bar, Ducks Ranch, 51 SS Erin Road, Philippines, San Fernando.
Which program do you enjoy on M104.7? Let us know. It's time to vote for Program of the Year. Send your votes now to 789-2881. That is 789-2881. Vote for your favorite Program of the Year on More FM.
This election is not about me. This election is about those people out there. This election is not about me. This election is about their party.
Vote for Dr. Fuad Khan as party leader. Let me use my experience to make the party win again.
That was a paid political announcement. We're going to turn to the song that Ruby had suggested. I hope I have it lined up right. Check it out, people.
me vote and still back to square one. Look at people still suffering in bitter man John. We lose faith in the leader, and I'm not calling no names. We fed up of the lies and the dirty games. So it's right now we have a vote, no confidence. Cause right now in the country they're doing real nonsense. Now the majority of youth decide to go and pick up gun. Like you're playing blind and you're deaf and dumb. Like you forget your people once you in power and you're moving evil. You had the whole place sour. And now that we discover it's 2% that they offer. This is one little thing that I want all you to remember. We fed up all your life. You could do much better. Guys, food prices going up too high. I's a madman. We can buy rice or flour. Don't the chicken gone up, peas gone up, sausage gone up, cheese gone up. It's everything gone up. I's a madman. Guys, to talk about the crime situation now is a problem. Too much of rape, murders and robbery, how they gas up them. I see you talk and you talk and you talk out we brain. With a set of lies, while the country going down the drain. Them don't care about nobody. Wants to fix the finance, big shot friends and family. So the whole of the country wants you now to stop lying. Cause the next election is a new party we voting. Like you forget your people once you in power and you're moving evil. You had the whole place sour. And now that we discover it's 2% that they offer. This is one little thing that I want all you to remember. We fed up all your lives. You could do much better. Gas prices going up too high. The cost of living is getting harder. Guys, let me put in my copyright claim. I don't own the rights of the music played, neither the melody. I's a madman.
Well, I justifiably believe he got the message across, whether he's a madman or not. The reality is that what he has said there's a lot of real in it. One of my associates, I have to call him that, from New York, may not agree with him. He may come up with some kind of excuse to say that, what he said there, he can't prove it. That's the kind of people we have in the society today. Right in front of their face, they see something that's happening. A person that is impoverished, suffering. And although the person asks and says, can you help me? And most of the times we don't. All of us in the country. On the occasion, the rare occasion, maybe we will help. Because some of the people that are outside there also have reached a stage where they no longer understand what is happening. They either gone to the far right. Drug influence, so the money they get, they spend to buy drugs. They don't buy food. They live off the narco. We in this country have gotten this country where it is today because we didn't try hard enough. And we have, for all intent and purpose, put charlatans in charge. We make excuses when they fail. Thanks to the person that did the quick research this morning, here is what we could say about flour. Trinidad and Tobago imports, and Narayan, thank you very much, wheat flour primarily from Turkey. I never knew we had flour coming there, but the number of dollars here is small. United States, United States, we importing flour from Jamaica, India, and Canada. And Canada is maybe the second it's the biggest market based on the numbers, if I'm reading it right, in wheat flour between 2019 and 2020. The growing importation came from Turkey, Jamaica, and India. Now, I can't answer any other questions right now. That is what it shows up on the social media network. Observatory of Economic Complexity is, I think, the site. And this is where we'll see the information. It talks here about the wheat flour 2020 imports. The world ranking, I think, is 87 out of 848. I don't know what it means. And 304 out of 1045. Those are just numbers, people. I would have to get into more research. The fastest growing markets, according to this document that was published, is Guyana and Turkey. In 2020, Trinidad and Tobago exported 1.32 million in wheat flour, making it the 92nd largest exporter of wheat flour in the world. Don't know how we could export something we don't make. At the same time, wheat flour was the 87th most exported product in Trinidad and Tobago. The main destinations of wheat flour exports from Trinidad and Tobago are Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica, United States, and Grenada. I don't even want to waste time to go through this, people, because to be truthful, this seems to be something that we need. I need a little more time in order to get into the proper analysis of it. But just to share some information with you, in 2013, the average tariff for Trinidad and Tobago in wheat flour was 14.2%. The countries with the highest import tariff for wheat flour were Angola, most favored nation, duty rate, treatment 15%. Burundi, most favored nation, duty rate, treatment 15%. Benin, most favored nation, duty rate 15%. Burkina Faso, 15%. And Botswana, nation, most favored nation, duty rate 15%. So it seems as if though 15% is a special privilege. Let me do some more research on this. But Narayan, thanks very much for your quick feedback.
Robert says a privilege is probably a standard thing.
No, it's a privilege because that's why they call it most favored nation rate. They give them a bly. Those are the countries they want to keep impoverished.
Yeah.
So they do something for them in and that kind of way.
Look how normal we could make that statement, eh? Some of the countries that they want to keep like that, you know, that kind of way. That's so sad.
Well, I suppose
because it's a reality.
It's a reality.
Good morning to Ramesh out there in Sandy Grande. Good morning. Good morning to you, my darling. Trillian, good morning.
I remember.
Good morning to everybody look on the Facebook. How the Facebook looking, Robs?
It's looking poor like hell. It's looking like if it's like the IMF of it. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's on a different page right now. I'm not sure. When Cuff comes this morning, I'll try to find out what is going on. Because normally it's high up in the numbers, but today it's low. Yesterday.
Good morning to you, Lishra Lewis. Good morning.
Yesterday I was making a comment about my associate from New York. You know, right. I sent him a clip where he sent me the statement from Amar before it came out in the newspaper, you know, because he's by far more intricately involved in the politics of Trinidad and Tobago, although he's living in New York. He seems to have an insight because he did talk about political alliance in a particular way. So he
sent you the statement before it came out?
Yeah, he sent me the statement long before it came out. As a matter of fact, he most likely had it before many Trinidadians had it. But he has to have some inside road in the government. Because I think he was responsible at one time for the Prime Minister ringing the bell on the NASDAQ. So what happened with this is, he said to me, "Good morning, I have called for the AG to go, my friend." So I say, yeah, send the clip. Imagine we speaking about that since yesterday. And as we speak this morning, no clip.
No clip.
No clip, no clip. And that's because he have none. And if he does have it, it might be one that he's making up now. But I could say to you vehemently.
He's trying to shut up you.
But that's the way he is. He always does do that. He talk about eagle and pigeons. So I told him the other day, I said, well, let me tell you something. I'm an eagle. So show me the eagles that you know.
You're right.
Show me the eagles you know. Because he most likely is a pigeon. You know, I told him, I said, this is how eagles perform. You understand? When I sent him the thing that you did, where you say, I'm a Trinbagonian. I sent that to him, I said, this is how eagles perform. So do your part, become an eagle, forward this and make it your access phrase. But he don't have the balls to do that because he's not a Trinbagonian. He's a blasted American. He might have born here, but he have a U.S. passport now. And of course, he's a U.S. employed person. And he's in the United States of America. Talks about Trinidad plenty. Does very little maybe for Trinidad and Tobago. But then wants to get to the pinnacle position of wanting to give Trinidad and Tobago citizens instructions. Anyhow, Ruby, just on the sideline, people don't forget that Bacano Parks, Phase 3 and 4 are available. The starting price is $1.3 million. It's 1,400 square feet of living area. And this is produced and developed by DG Homes Limited, 691-5659. Many people want to live in a gated community. DG Homes, knowing that there are two different segments in the marketplace to satisfy, they developed such a community, which is a gated community called Ella Vista Gardens. Those homes are 1,600 square feet, and I've seen those homes both on video and in real. And the quality of those homes, wow, unbelievable. The workmanship, very, very high. It's a modern home. It has exquisite finishes. They chose a tranquil and peaceful area to develop this property in Sandy Grande. Get in touch with them, people, 691-5659, DG Homes of Sandy Grande. 3.5 mile mark. That's the North Oropuch Road in Sandy Grande. That's where they are located. July the 1st is coming very fast, people. Today is the 22nd. The new location for Mitlin Hardware and Plumbing will be 97 Eastern Main Road in Aruca. They are relocating to the MNR building. 304-7923, 326-6003, 327-7761, or their normal line 646-2144. That's Mitlin Hardware and Plumbing. Soon to be at 97 Eastern Main Road in Aruca, and soon meaning July the 1st. That's the new location in the MNR building. And to all of you who are looking for deals because prices are going up, the one place you're sure to get great deals is Super Quality. Trin City, Shogunas, and Couva. You can either shop online, you can click and collect, or you can have it delivered. $20 is the delivery anywhere in Trinidad. On water, Blue Water's Artesian Well Water 24 bottles, the 410 milliliter, $94.99 for 5 cases. Or the Blue Water Artesian Well 1500 ml, 5 bottles for $19.99. And for those of you who like your coffee, Lions Cafe Latte, Mochaccino, Hazelnut, Irish Cream, or Cappuccino, 12 servings, $25.99. And those are really nice coffees. I mean, you spend a lot of money to go by one of those coffee shops and drink the same thing that you can make in your house. So maybe you have to get accustomed because, while franchises are good, they cost us a lot of money in the country. And finally, if you're like me...
I think that should only be like when you're on the move. But
yeah. And
we have a lazy kind of spirit, you know that, right?
But trust me, I know that. And if you're like me, and this is where the lazy spirit comes in, Sunshine Snacks, 210 grams, Ole, Cheese Puff, Zumas, or Cheesies, $12.99. So that's my kind of thing, Ruby. I like to sit down and watch TV, pull up a little corn curls, pull up a little
Ole. Them kind of snacks?
Oh, Lord. Well, if I don't eat that, I would get skinny. I would be like, what you call it, a matchstick. I want to keep a little body on me. I want to keep a little body. Not belly, I said body. I have belly right now. I want to get rid of the belly. I want to build the body.
Good.
So, the song was nice, Ruby. I mean, the young boy has some skills.
Oh, that done gone already? You played the song?
You're damn late, man. You're late.
What trouble is this?
You're late.
No, that's probably when I was trying to come back in here, boy. Should that man, and I said that to him,
Yeah.
I said that to him last night. I say, that clean? He say, yes, of course. I said, well, you made me proud because, oh gosh, it's been difficult.
Oh, Lord, boy. One set of cussing, boy. His middle name is Cussbud.
Yeah, Cussbud and what less lyrics.
Every 2 words come out of his mouth is a cuss word.
He hit all the nails on one head.
Yeah, boy.
Everything. Yeah, and you know what I like? I like that he brought back that song.
No. And he did give credit. He said he does not own the lyrics. He does not own the composition. Right. And he didn't take no credit for it. It's better than Foster Cummings.
And Robert, this is something, it's not exactly what I was talking about, but you remember when we spoke of music, when we used to play all those calypsos and things to get the message across?
Yes.
I said that some producer should come up and, take these songs
and redo them.
And kind of like remake it now.
Add a new spin,
most of these songs were never recorded.
That's true.
Remember, they were just like
Calypso tenting.
on the stage. On the stage and that kind of thing. Stage performances and
all right,
audio terrible and all of that.
I have a Dylan Johnson, people.
Right.
It's a kind of long one, right? Now, in it have a piece of cussing. And I hope I am able, I'm telling you in advance. No, I'm just letting you and the public know in advance. Inside of here, he normally uses foul language all the way through of his discussions. I've never heard him as clean as this, but in and around a particular point in it, he did use a foul language. I apologize in advance if for some reason, if I don't hit the knob in time. Okay? And to Dylan Johnson out there, who had bad me up the last time, Robert Amar, who you think you is? Well, hear what? I am the man that playing your clip on radio so people can hear your view.
Nobody else will do.
Nobody else will do, Dylan. Nobody else. Because they don't have the cojones.
Nah.
And at least you're a big man. You accepted your role in society. You say, listen, I'm a gay man. And then listen, people have to respect that. No, the man was very clear. He was very clear. As a matter of fact, when the guy in England questioned him and said, well, do you think this is going to give you problems? I mean, he didn't answer that in sense, but he did answer the question when he was asked, when he said, he was asked that you said you had a relationship with. And he said, yes. He says, but the man said he never had one with you. And he didn't answer. But, the truth will come one of these days. The truth will come. I
think the truth, I think the truth is already there. I think the truth will be heard one day. I think he's telling the truth. That's just my opinion. Because with these kind of things, you had to use your common sense, Robert, when it is you're in front of a magistrate, right? Not judge and jury, but you're in front of a magistrate. Plenty times the magistrate is rely on his or her common sense.
Right.
Discretion and all of that. If you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. You
have to try to use that sometimes, or you stop playing stupid, man. The truth will be heard as the truth one day. I think he's telling the truth.
As a matter of fact, we have to add a little bit once your ears and your mouth willing to listen and hear. Because in certain cases, your mouth is. Your mouth.
Hey, you know what? Play the clip. You the clip ready? You have it ready?
No. I'm going to play some ads. I have the clip here that I'm going to transfer it now because I did transfer it before. And you did. Okay, you have it on your.
Line up your ads.
Yeah, you have it on your.
Shazam, good morning to you, Philip. Let me just say good morning to Philip Ramjet out there in Freeport in the Surfer Life Center, where I had the privilege of talking to the children.
Right.
Lee, good morning. Vidia, good morning. St. Cloud, Florida. Yes, he's in Trinidad. Good morning, Robert. He might pay you a visit. Peter, good morning.
Well, if he pays us a visit, that'll be nice.
You understand?
That would be nice.
That would be nice. Let me see what he's saying.
Now, question is, did you listen to this?
Good morning in TNT. What is that?
Did you listen to this clip from Dylan? Did you listen to it?
I have to be honest with you. No, I did not.
You didn't, right? Okay, no problem.
You see, sometimes I would see things that I know would interest you. That does not interest me. But I know for sense and sensibility. I'm being honest. For sense and sensibility, that's what.
No. If you're honest, if you're honest, you will tell the people that you had one of your lazy moments.
No, it's not that.
You see, again, I don't understand why you're like Keith. Why you must tell a fib.
No, it's not a lazy moment because I started to hear him talk about Foster Commons and things, and then I just I said it for one time, and because my thoughts were Robert is we know all these crooks and criminals and we ain't going to do shit about it.
Well, let's see if the country will have a different view, right? So we're playing the ads. When we come back, people, we're going to give you the 17-minute Dylan. This is the one that I think will put the nail in the coffin, but I forewarn you, the audience. There is a piece of graphic description in this. I think it's around 16 or 17.
Yeah, this, Robert. If you're going right now, I think it's right. So it's 10:05. If you're going to play ads, when we come back, I believe you'll be having Mr. Johnson.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then...
I thought I wait for it. Okay, good. No problem. Right. So that's the better thing. We'll get Mr. Johnson.
Line up yourself at his corner.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear the topic this morning.
Well, no, I think he's talking about the same thing, sugar and the big problem in the country. But we'll give him the chance to say what he has to say. Let me not don't preempt the man.
Yeah, no?
Okay, second step, people. We will be RB after this with RJ. With RJ. All right.
More FM, 18 years of great music, 18 years of great announcers, 18 years of great DJs. On Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, More FM celebrates 18. On Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, More FM celebrates 18 years, East, West, North, South, and the Sister Eye. Tobago, come celebrate with the More FM 18th anniversary at Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. It's a black and white anniversary. Ladies in black, men in white at the Center of Excellence on July 23rd, 2022. Advance tickets are priced at $150 and doors open at 10 p.m. sharp.
Is all that you can.
More FM celebrates 18. For more info, call 303-5920-789-2881 or 466-0001. More FM celebrate 18.
Let's have a good time.
Don't think twice. Super quality will never be beaten on price. Conveniently located at Twin City, Endeavour Road, Shogunas, and Hoover. Experience shopping comfort, wide lanes, and secured parking. Your one-stop shop for variety. Great prices, quality service, and yes, weekly special. Super quality, never beaten on price. Contact them 223-9715. Super quality, never beaten on price.
Come home, it's all you need. A little bit of city in the country. Sangre Grande is the place to be. DG Homes gives you luxury. Affordable, brand new. DG Homes come shining through. Step into reality. A home of possibility. modern, luxurious living for all.
The Racetrack Company introduces their newest location and wheel showroom in Chase Village. Yet another state-of-the-art wheel and tire facility. 3 locations nationwide: Aruca, Boku, Tobago, and our new building in Chase Village. We offer 3D all-wheel alignment, wheel and tire combos for every application and budget, along with fitment hardware and accessories. We stock a wide variety of OEM styles, off-road rims and tires, as well as high-performance radials and racing wheels. Check out theracetrack.co on Instagram or call 285-9168.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life, because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
At Queens Beach Celebia Resort, Spa and Conference Center, we have mastered the luxury of getting away from it all. Guests can enjoy our ultra-premium spa or our canopy lounge, nestled in the Orchid Garden, surrounded by lush tropical sights and sounds of the ocean. Queens Beach Celebia Resort, Spa and Conference Center, your eco-friendly resort oasis, located on the northeastern coast of Trinidad. For reservations, please call 226-1456, front desk or mobile 460-4575 and 370-0501.
All right, people. Ruby and I trying to work out a little kind of gymnastics here. We'll see if we get it to work. But in the meanwhile, while we wait for that gymnastics, because Ruby, the one you sent was the shortened version. I didn't want that one at all. I wanted the long version. I didn't want the short clip. I have it somewhere. I'm looking for it, but here's what we're gonna do, people. This was my
as soon as you find the long one, send it for me, right? As soon as you get it.
This was my address that I sent to the unions for the Labor Day, and that's why I said I'm very happy to hear the type of words coming out of Michael Anizette's mouth this morning, because it's more along the line of what I think unions need to do. I mean, I am no pontificator. I am no futurist. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't profess to know everything. But I'm saying to you that at this stage of the evolution of Trinidad and Tobago, this country requires the labor movement to take a different approach. It's not about money. We could always never have enough and need more. But let's listen to this while I get the clip ready for Ruby. Here is what I said to the unions on Labor Day.
Ozzy, morning. I was organizing myself to come down the road.
Wow, that is not the one, boy. I apologize.
Mr. Man, don't play your private business for me, please.
Yeah, well, you know how it is, girl. When you're truthful and you're honest, that is what has happened.
Good thing, I'm not going to say, good thing you don't have no dirty voice. Don't say we said it, you know.
I'm not like that.
Next thing it was cussing up about you know. Lord,
how I would do that.
I know you don't do it less.
I think this is it. Let's see.
Video, good morning to you, Philip. Good morning.
This is it.
I hope that you all have a wonderful Wednesday.
Mr. Johnson, bear with us.
Today is my Friday.
Bear with us, Mr. Johnson. I think so.
You just have to look and see for 6 minutes.
Robert Amar, chairman of the Pushback Movement. Happy Father's Day to all. We take this opportunity to express thanks to the Pushback Movement team and the supporters who joined the struggle, especially those who are here representing the single national voice of concern. We also thank the labor movement for acknowledging our role, what we consider as the people's referendum, as shown by the mammoth turnout here today. The Pushback Movement confirms our continued support for this national struggle towards a fair and equitable Trinidad and Tobago. 85 years after Uriah Buzz Butler, the labor movement continues the fight for the rights of the workers. And as known, more so today, there are no real signs showing respect for the citizens who, from government's action, shows disrespect. Their action indicates that they have taken the majority of the hard-working citizens for granted. June the 19th will be the turning point in our national history. Months before we celebrate our 60th anniversary as a sovereign state, on this day, not only do we celebrate the fathers of the nation, but today, civil societies and labor stand side by side as represented in our national anthem, with one voice, all shouting that the charlatans of our nation must be rejected, that poor and failed leadership must be rejected and replaced. Corrupt practices must be replaced with transparency of office. Poor and proven failed leadership must be called upon to resign and be replaced. Accountability must be the hallmark of this democracy. And those responsible who cannot account timely must be replaced. Over the years, government have spent billions of dollars, a large percentage used not to the benefit of the citizens. Money which should have been used to provide the country and its people 40 years after the fact with a reliable water supply, quality roads without potholes, a healthcare system comparable to the developed world, concerns for national health to be prioritized, knowing that this is a growing world problem. The failed systems of the judiciary, which do not provide the protection for abused children, women, and men, must be addressed. No real plan has been put in place for food security. Backdoor deals which cause the corrupt cycle and benefit to the minority. National leaders who are selfish and fail to act responsibly or show concern for the well-being of the many families suffering that have been put on hold while they take care of themselves, while government continues to spend billions without justification on projects that are not of national priority. Today, in solidarity, we recommend and suggest to the labor union movement, in view that citizens have no say other than when elections are called every 5 years, and specifically based on the disrespect meted out to the citizens, and of course after years of consultation, be it constitution reform, local government reform, the Tobago Health House of Assembly internal self-government discussions, or the tripartite agreement which appears to be convenient, that together on this solidarity platform we call on the government, in addition to respecting the collective bargaining agreement which was agreed and should be exercised and accepted as the mandate of such an agreement, for timely and lawful negotiations, that as the citizens of this republic we demand that referendum be the first change to the Constitution. As a democracy, against the failure of those with responsibility who have all failed to ensure that the best for the citizens of the republic occur, let's demand referendum now. The old way has for over 25 years failed. The citizens during this period, while the politicians have benefited tenfold, we the citizens have been left at the same point. A true and real democracy respects the citizens As they say, Vox Populi, Vox Dei. The fair, just, and democratic way forward is to demand referendum. So in one voice, let's demand respect and call for referendum now. I thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Good morning, Mr. Johnson.
Blessed morning to you, Robbie the Rebel. How are you?
I'm good. We apologize for being 2 minutes off the schedule, but we were playing.
That's all right. That's understandable, and that's the way life is at times. We can't predict everything, but we can certainly make adjustments. That's all good.
Ruby was on the next end. She's mobile today, but I'm sure she'll join us in a short. But the floor is yours.
Okay. Ruby, good morning. If you're hearing me, good morning. Well, Ruby, like I said, I'm reading some things yesterday with reference to the rise of all this flour and wheat. And I think that might be a good thing. Diabetes may drop in Trinidad and Tobago because all that is insulin spiker. So you guys need to just resort to something else and don't miss that. And let every one of that plan situation backfire on them. We truly don't need that. There are a whole bunch of other things that you can eat in terms of that. None of that food is healthy. None. But anyway, let me just say good morning. Good morning to all my peeps in Tobago. Good morning to all the listening people who hang on. Please, blessing my Tobago peeps. Good morning to you, a.k.a. Flowers, a.k.a. all the people, Mr. Sobers. Good morning to you. Let me say a blessed good morning to my cousin Scrappy. Scrappy, good morning to you. Bako man, how you doing? Passad, what's going on? My Faizabat family and all the rest of people that locked on. Hey, and let me say morning, Noble and your wife. Good morning to you. Robbie, let me shoot right into this stuff that I want to talk about this morning, right? It's something that is also dear to my heart, and I talk about this a lot of times, and it's high blood pressure. And people don't understand. Again, most of my topics will overlap because my idea of health is a holistic approach, which is deep-rooted in minerals and the gut. Because the root of all chronic diseases starts in your gut. Also, the elevation or the continuation of chronic diseases is definitely a deprivation or a deficit in minerals. And the only people you're going to hear, or the only person you're going to hear talk about minerals all the time is RJ. All the time, because it's absolutely essential. And I will always punctuate this element of health because, again, when we don't realize how closely tied our life is to diet, we will find ourselves in some serious problems. And for all the people out there that are listening to me now that are making excuses for their health, I am going to tell you right now that you not only that you will regret it, but you will pay dearly physiologically for it. And I don't want that. This is something I don't want. But we oftentimes make excuses for our health, and the things that are the extension of us, which is our vehicle, the way we look, our house, the flowers in our yard, the fence. And I'm not telling you those things are not therapeutics, because a lot of times they are, right? But when those things takes priority over our health, we definitely lack a viewpoint of knowledge. We are who we are based on where we live. We are who we are based on the school we go to. We are who we are because of the people you deal with. We are who we are because of the people who we hang out with. We are who we are because of our financial status, or our political link. And none of that has nothing to do with our health. We totally miss the mark. Totally. And because of that, we suffer in our humanity. Let me just explain something to you all. A lot of people are diagnosed with high blood pressure, and you would have heard me talk about this on this program already. All the people who are listening to me now, you would hear me talk about this before, that our problem metabolically is insulin resistance. Our body resists the very insulin that is there to protect us, and that becomes a villain. It's not that insulin in itself is a bad thing or the demon or the voodoo or bad voodoo daddy. It's just that it gets out of hand because it has its hands in every single cell in the human body, and it goes out of hand because of the type of foods that we eat. Herein lies the problem. Because of such, we have elevated insulin levels that create a lot of problems. One of the things that is extremely, how I should say, it's friendly, it's a proxy for this, is high blood pressure. And a lot of people are diagnosed with high blood pressure, and you go to the doctor and they give you a medication for your high blood pressure, and they neglect the fact that the reason that you have high blood pressure is because you have insulin resistance. Now, a lot of times too, the high elevation of blood pressure could also come by you not having enough minerals and magnesium in your diet. Understand this too, because you're not taking the supplement. If you do not have enough calcium and magnesium in your diet, if you don't, your muscles and veins will contract, but it will have a lot of problems relaxing. If you have a garden hose, I want you to walk you through this. If you have a garden hose, you're outside, you're wetting your plants, but it doesn't have an adjustable nozzle in the end. It's just a regular hose. If you squeeze the end of that hose, the water will pitch further. Why? Because you decrease the volume, you now increase the pressure. If you don't have enough calcium, magnesium in your body, you are going to have high blood pressure. So we want to tackle it from that point first, and then we see what happens. So for all the people who are listening to me out there now, let me just explain something to you. Your blood pressure should be taken within your circadian rhythm, because there are certain times that your blood pressure would be elevated as it's supposed to be. Don't be tripping off because it elevates like that. It's normal for it to elevate. If you don't have elevation of blood pressure, it's best you don't live. So when you go to a doctor and you go into the doctor's office at the wrong time with an elevated blood pressure, they put you on medication. A lot of times you don't need to be on medication because that will make your blood pressure plummet. What would happen with that? You're in problems. You're going to be dizzy all the time, weak all the time. You sit down on a chair, you try to get up. Dizziness, you probably knock out. Fall down on the ground, pee up yourself, and all kind of story. Some people out there could relate to that. A lot of people who are on high blood pressure medication now don't need to be on it. So listen to RJ right now as I pontificate. Take your blood pressure within your circadian rhythm, which is between 11 and 2, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. in the day. Before that or outside of that, your blood pressure is going to be high anyway. It has people who blood pressure will go up only in the night. That's normal. Don't be tripping off. Once you're doing the right thing, and if you need more information at the end of this segment, I will give you my phone number so you could call me and we could fix that. But let me just explain again. You take your blood pressure within 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. in the day. Listen carefully. You're taking your blood pressure 3 times. Mr. and Mrs. Bola out in Freeport, good morning to you all, my people. Much love. You take your blood pressure 3 times. You count from 1 to 12. You take it again, count from 1 to 12 until you meet 3 times. If those numbers elevate over 140 over 90 for 3 days in a row, you have problems. I don't want to tie up myself, so let me say this. Take your blood pressure for 3 days in a row, 3 times. Each time you're going to count till 12. Okay? You write the numbers down, especially the last figure. I can guarantee you, my word, that last number will go lower. If that doesn't happen after 3 days, you have a kidney issue. And in that kidney, then it means you're eating plenty fried foods, or the capillaries in the kidney is clogged up. When it's clogged up, the body knows this, right? It releases a chemical called renin. Renin now release once renin is in the blood, in the body, there's something called angiotensin. Angiotensin goes to the liver because the renin converts to the liver. Let me not, I'm going too fast. My brain is like that. Too much information in there. The liver releases the kidney releases renin. Renin goes to the liver and it's now converted into angiotensin. Angiotensin will make your blood pressure skyrocket. You hear what I'm telling you, folks? It will make it skyrocket. It's like using a plunger in a toilet. When you use a plunger in a toilet, you guys know what happened there, right? So if after you take the blood pressure 3 times for 3 days in a row, you having this, that means we have a liver issue. That means you need to stop eating all the nastiness. You're eating all these fried food, all these KFC and all these dotish food. You all need to stop. I'm keeping it raw. Royal Castle, KFC, Churches, all them dotish food, you all need to back off from that. It will shorten your life, okay? And I say this unapologetically. So the constant elevation of a high blood pressure through that mechanism in which I just explained to you is what's going to cause problem, because you can get a stroke, you can get something break off, and you know what happened with that. And a stroke is an aneurysm or embolism, either a blockage or breakage, okay? So let me just say this to you guys before I go on. Take these numbers down. 736-3962, 736-3962, or 278-5102, or 278-5102. I will bring some pacification to your blood pressure situation. I don't guess. I do a lot of research. I don't bring things by consensus or conjecture. It's by academic. I don't deal with dogma. I deal with data. You come, I'm located in the Champlain area, quite easy to find. I'm literally 5 minutes away from Mount Hope Hospital. I am less than 5 minutes away from the bus route Mount Hope stop. You can call me, set up an appointment, and we can talk. My consultations are free. 1 hour with me, we can sit and dissect all the issues that you would have, and we can take it from there. My time is very limited on the air, and I value it a lot. So when you come by me, we can sit and talk about this and how we can move forward and making you healthier. Folks, the human body, from a perspective of naturopathic, Ayurvedic, chiropractic, and the list goes on, the human body needs, in order to maintain proper structure and function, it needs 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 or 3 fatty acids. When you do that, the body remains in homeostasis and you can heal. The body is designed to heal itself. From an allopathic reductionistic perspective, the human body, from their perspective, the human body is not imbued with an intelligence. What they believe is that the body is a bag of biochemistry waiting to be broken, and when it is broken, you just manage it with drugs. I am not blaming allopathic reductionistic medicine. It's the way they are trained. Okay? Their frame of reference is prescription. They are not there to give you a lecture. They are there to see patients as much as they can and to sell drugs. I'm going to tell you guys one more thing. Let me tell you how conditioned we are when it comes to allopathic reductionistic medicine, who believe they have the decoder ring for everything, because they keep telling us, the people who seek natural medicine, that we are alternative. Well, here what's going on. You are alternative, which is 112 years old, because natural medicine was always there from day one. Bush medicine and root was always there from day one. So when you're talking alternative, y'all need to look at yourself, because you guys are alternative. And I'm not knocking you. You guys are good with acute stuff. That's your wheelhouse. You are a boss when it comes to acute stuff. But things that are chronic, wrong dog for the hunt. I am a Tobagonian by birth, a proud Tobagonian by birth. And I'm telling you this, if I go to hunt with a poodle, I'm coming back barehanded and a dead poodle. If I go to hunt with a German Shepherd, I am coming back with probably the German Shepherd alive, tired with no meat. Wrong dog for the hunt. You got to carry the right dog for the hunt. The right dog for the hunt is naturopathic medicine or medicine that is from a natural source. That is where it is when it comes to chronic diseases. You don't have to call Robert Station to threaten Robert about that. Call me, 736-3962 or 278-5102. And let's talk about this, okay? Because I could defend myself. Go to a website, Dr. Ufi Ravenskow.org. Go there, all the bulletin points are there. There's a lot to read. You'll see it. Because you guys somehow just miss the mark when it comes to the chronic diseases. We got to do what we need to do in order so that all of us can live and keep our body in homeostasis. We got to do that. So, folks, I have a lot of minerals. I have a lot of vitamins. I don't push products because that's not my thing. I explain to you how you get yourself in trouble because of the symptoms that you exhibit, and I would help you to walk out of trouble. Again, RJ is your boy. I'm an advocate for health. Call me at any time and come for a free appointment. With this, I would say peace, over, out. Robbie, be good to yourself. Robbie the Rebel. Mrs. Amar, take care of yourself. Ruby, I'm out. My brother, my cousin, Scrappy, much love to you. Everybody, peace. RJ is out until next week. God bless.
All right, RJ, thank you very much. We appreciate it. That was RJ, the healthiest corner on earth. I think those of you who have been trying other types of services to get your problems resolved that hasn't had it resolved, that's an opportunity you need to take. In the meanwhile, this is not really the clip I wanted to play, but I'll play this one. Let's hope I have it right.
Some weeks ago, somebody messaged me on email with reports of special branch reports pertaining to 4 government ministers. Foster Cummins was one, and it was out in the public domain, so I decided, well, I only call his name, and I really didn't want to go into that because it's political. I even reached out to Foster himself because despite what Trinidad and Tobago knows, Foster would have been my neighbor at one point in time. The man was my neighbor, not going to lie. The man was my neighbor in Gasparilla at one point in time. And I tell him, I say, look, my Facebook page is not towards politics and PNM business and PNM internal house cleaning and all that bacchanal and playing off down the road. That is not my business. My business is WASA and Minister of Unemployment, Marvin Gonzalez, and that kind of thing. And then when the human rights activists for this gentleman, Mr. Calvin Greenwich, started to show me exactly what they had and what was going on and you know, piece it together, I just couldn't ignore it, because at the end of the day, Foster, this it's ridiculous. So it moved from land grabbing accusations from the police service special branch report to your companies involved with gangsters and shady characters in Cuba, to plagiarism and masters and degrees and all whatever you was doing there. Now to attempted murder and colluding and conspiring with this thing, because I tell you, the activists drop it like it hot. This gentleman in serious problems, because look at his rollers and shakers in this thing here now. So you have Foster and you have Kidel and you have a whole heap of people, and the home office telling this man he's safe. Well, Foster boy, I really couldn't ignore it again, and I putting it out there, brother. I feel you better pick up your bag and just leave, because this thing is going to get very sticky. And the man sent me his whole home office judgment for the refusal, and your name plastered up all over it. It's not my business to put out, so me ain't go put it out, but I feel you better do your party a great service and leave before it really reach out because it ain't looking too right and too normal at all. But this thing is sickening and it nasty, and everything they have a way to cover it and a way to try to sweep it under the carpet. So plagiarism, well, right, mistake, I drop out of UE. Right, land grabbing, that was something, and I did try to buy the land. Money deposit, well, that was something. Well, I want to see why it's attempted murder, you know. Well, I want to see Dr. Rowley on the stage, you know. Come back from the US fast, because this thing boiling. It's boiling. So first boy, well, the cat out the bag.
Now, I am saying to you, the people at Trinidad and Tobago, there's a man that holds a government position. There's a man that they're saying is the Minister of Youth. There's a man that went with the Heliconia Foundation together with his sidekicks and made an arrangement for some young people. There's a man that comes from a constituency in which Christopher Rowley, the leader of the PNM, advocated very, very vehemently that the $22 million found in the constituency that this man belongs to, as the MP on the streets of La Hoquita, where he had people from Barbados come in and 2 people supposedly from England, that after almost, a year? Nothing? That is exactly what Fali will give all you. Nothing! That's what you call king fake. Now, if he comes up with something, I will go ahead and I will make sure I represent and respect what he has done. But at this stage, this is what you call hogwash. Maloney, haloney, baloney. Because it can't take you 6 months to do any forensic work on something that is 2 months old. You want to tell me the people inside the THA previously was so smart, they could hide everything inside there that you can't find nothing? Ask yourself 2 very pertinent questions. When any government officer or office in the country pays, tell me, have any of you ever walked into a government office other than the brown bag economy and gotten paid in cash? When you do work for the government, what do you get? You get a check. That is correct. So obviously, this is bullshit. Every source document is available because the check has to be written from a checkbook belonging to the THA. So for Fali to be playing with himself under the blasted table for the last 6 months is unacceptable. But he and Duke worked the deal already. Duke done in line because Rowley ain't going back. And the plan is for Duke to get a 2-seat in Tobago and come to the table at the PNM and negotiate an already negotiated deal. Are we boys will always be are we boys. No disrespect to Tobagonians. I love them. But Tobagonians never tell you they belong to Trinidad and Tobago. I will say I'm a Trinbagonian. Ask a Tobagonian if he is a Trinbagonian. He'll tell you no, I'm a Tobagonian. Tobago wants its own destiny, wants its own authority, irrespective of what Watson telling all you. Watson done playing this game already to suit. Watson is an old labor union leader. When the time come, the last time for increase in salary, Watson jumped the gun and take the 5%. He said, frig everybody else. You understand what I just tell you there? He said, all you take that. And that kept him in office for how long? Until he gets to the point of the THA and then had to step down as a part of the PSA. The new man in the PSA look like he's serious. We'll find out in time whether he's a charlatan that will take a 5%. And I heard on the platform Mr. Roger indicating that the postal union did not join the march. Now there's a gentleman who was here, spoke right here. I told him I was going to be there. Unfortunately, that morning when I got up, I wasn't feeling well. I didn't want to chance my life to go down there for what? To prove what? That I could go there? No. Those who fight and run away will live to fight another day. So you all have to understand that we are entering a time in the society of Trinidad and Tobago where bullshit has to stop. Let me see if this one works. Let's try this. I hope it does.
I putting it out there, brother. I feel you better pick up your bag and just leave, because this thing is going to get very sticky. And the man sent me his whole Home Office judgment for the refusal, and your name plastered up all over it. It's not my business to put out, so me ain't go put it out. But I feel you better do your party, a great service, and leave before it really reach out, because it is looking too right and too normal at all. And Dr. Rowley, you need to take your head out of the sand and observe that the party, the cult that you sit down over, this is what it's doing right in Trinidad and Tobago. And always Trinidad and Tobago have to be making the news and the headlines for the wrong reasons.
Always Trinidad and Tobago making the news for the wrong reasons. And he's not wrong, he's damn well right. Because that is what has happened. And this was him when he was being spoken to before. When he was getting his papers organized for him to stay in the United Kingdom because his life...
Dylan Johnson, hi, stop flirting. I'm not actually. Oh, good boy. Right, come here a minute.
Dylan, part asylum seeker, part media star, part Walter Mitty. You know, he's unusual, he's different, he's got an interest in asylum claim, there's no doubt about it.
To make a successful asylum claim, Dillian must prove he's unable to return home for fear of persecution.
So, you had a screening interview when you arrived at the airport. You claimed asylum when you arrived. That's right, isn't it?
Yes, I did.
This is what you said while you were claiming asylum. You told them you're a homosexual man. They asked you about your sexuality. Quite a lot. And they ask you about your relationship with the Chief Justice of Trinidad and Tobago.
Correct.
You had a sexual relationship of some kind.
Correct.
Everything's fine then until the newspapers and the media start printing stories about you and the Chief Justice.
That's right.
So let's have a brief summary of that then, shall we?
Sure.
I'm right in thinking that all these relate to allegations that he used his position in order to give a company you were working with security contracts.
Yes, he did.
To provide personal security for the judges.
Yes, it is.
We had the whole Monica Lewinsky scandal that rocked the world. So this one isn't that much, but I'm actually living it.
There's about 20 of these. So the chief's under a lot of pressure here, isn't he?
All allegations regarding Dillian's case have been denied by the Chief Justice of Trinidad and Tobago.
The whole thing just sort of like opens up, and then finally you get shot, and it says who shot Archie's friend, Miss Drew Saran's gun attack on Dylan Johnson.
That's right. I was standing in front of my home, and the gentleman pulled out a firearm and started to fire. At which point I ran.
You know, could you just show me again here? If I remember rightly, it goes in your wrist.
Yeah, it went in here and it came out here.
That's right.
It could have been a lot worse. Probably it was a direct intervention from God. It probably just wasn't my time to die.
I've been looking to get your medical report. You have to understand that not everyone's truthful. This is a lot more evidence than I'm used to seeing. There's a lot of information here. You know, we're doing an asylum claim here. We're not investigating attempted murders.
When people bring in a lot of documents, I am really sceptical, because I think, why do you need so much material?
I think your case is strongest when it's viewed like this. You are a gay man. Your profile is high. Mm-hmm. So you could be at risk on return to Trinidad. There is a general hostility towards gay men, right?
Correct.
As you've said, 8 have already been killed this year.
It doesn't need to be complicated. We have to assess, you know, is he at risk on return? What are the consequences? You know, is he deserving of protection?
And that's the bottom line. That's what everybody was asking. So he did get the UK to provide him with all of the facilities. He had to find another representative to fight his case because this particular gentleman dropped it. And then finally, He didn't get the asylum that I think he was looking for, but he did get the right to work and stay and start a new life in the United Kingdom. This brings us very stark to the position of what is happening in the country that we live in today. Vonley and Lala differ on the Attorney General. There's nothing to differ. The Attorney General should be a big enough man at his age, based on his senior counsel's position or his silk. And when they try to give Kamala all the talk about, she have silk, like she give her own self silk. Whether she did or she didn't, other than the plagiarism that they blame her for with regards to some speech by Barack Obama's wife and something about the UK, the reality is we have nothing else other than a perception that they keep talking about her as being an alcoholic. And to be quite honest, in the public space, I don't know if any of you have seen her falling down and tripping over herself. See her in a party winding up on a man, like Rowley winding up on a young girl. See her in a carnival band. I don't think she could even chip as a Trini, because that's not part of her upbringing. I don't think that we could see any sort of derogatory situations from her where she used nasty remarks. Failing when she made a statement recently about Camille that hit the airwaves and digressed and moved our attention from everything else. The reality is we have two people right now that should be under strong scrutiny of a leader that is caring about his country first and not his party or his people in the party. Keith Rowley has a responsibility to make a determination and a decision on Foster Cummins. And Dylan Johnson, in my own view, has spilled the beans. And if Keith doesn't understand that there is questionable situations here, this is not only about those issues, this is about the issues that came about financial concerns shared by the public with regards to monies deposited and how it ended up going from company to private. This is about that constituency where he is the MP. And for where the Prime Minister shared his concern about $22 million on the streets of La Hoquita. This is about the image of Trinidad and Tobago and not about Foster Cummins. This is about a picture that showed his vehicle parked up in the same place where his family business exists, and he says he has nothing to do with it. Hey, it may very well have been that he went to check out his family, and that's within his right. But there are so many unanswered questions with Foster Cummins, including the special branch report that says he was dealing with undesirables. Now, that is the one that worries me the most, especially when the special branch is not perception here. So when the Prime Minister paints the picture that it's a special branch report, and that is why they call it special branch. If as the head of the National Security Council, the Prime Minister is not concerned about that, then he needs to resign his position as the Prime Minister. Because you are more concerned about $22 million on the streets of La Hoquita than you are concerned about the special branch report, special branch, and taking no action on the special branch report. You hear it coming out of the mouth of Dylan Johnson. He's gay, and he said that he did have a relationship with the Chief Justice. It is not to say that nobody can deny that. That's among two consenting adults. At the end of it all, it really is up to the Prime Minister to have an advocacy, because that behavior is not going to change. If you are of that persuasion belonging to the LBGTQ, RSW, VPT, and whatever, the bottom line is that's who you are. The most famous person that has spoken on that is dead and gone. His name is Gladiator. And he was very, very clear. He says they love the vice, but they really don't like it to show up in the public. It is what it is. The society has agreed. I told you yesterday, we now have the American government that flies a LGBTQ flag. We have that happening all over the world. We have a gay parade in the United States of America. We recently had some people in Trinidad that ran around the savannah dressed in red and did not wear face masks or anything like that. So what are we saying in our country? So when Vonley and Lala differs on the AG, and Vonley is a gentleman that I have some admiration and respect for, but when you come back from Section 34 and you tell us people who hold public office are humans, they can fall into error and often do. In this instance, I have no reason to doubt that the AG, while on holiday in Europe, had done as he said, without his files. You don't get to the point of an AG and make off-the-cuff statements. You are now the titular head, the top, the boss, the man who's giving the instruct. That is why OAS, we have a problem today, because the man who gave the instruct did not check all or dot all the I's and cross all the T's. So anybody could make any assumption they want to make now. If the former government did change the clause, it was within your purview, your remit, to call that former government person and say, hey, you changed the clause from here to here. What was the rationale? And what you're telling me, when that clause was changed, that there were no minutes of the cabinet, it was done by a singular man, the Minister of Works went and do this on his own? Is there anything in the cabinet minutes that says why they were changing it? Because this has to be a decision not by an individual, but by a group. How the hell do we make these decisions? How do we go down this road continuously, falsifying the truth? So while Mr. Vonley may be right in his perception, we have heard from Teixeira, who of course said that when Manning was alive, he called names. And up to today, we have never heard of the police commissioner calling in Karen Nunez Teixeira to sit and have a discussion with her. So is she at risk of being assassinated? Because if she knows names, wouldn't that be a situation that she puts her life at risk, that somebody could bump her off, so to speak? If your name, my name is inside of there, and we are two bad boys in the country, coming out of that stinking dirty party where innocent, possibly young men left a party, and before they could return to their home, they get assassinated. That is what happened to them. You go to enjoy yourself as a gangster, or maybe as a legitimate national of the country, just want to loosen up, climb up the mud line, and see who could get to the top without falling down. It's like climbing the greasy pole. Okay, it's a new way, it's a new greasy pole. Stink and dirty is the name of the party. Imagine that. And you end up in a situation like that. I told you, the dark economy has taken over those parties. And all of those young people who are involved in going there to help promote it, whether they are artists or whether they are DJ or whatever, the influence of a little $10,000 does not answer the call unless you are part of the dark economy.
But Robert, hear this. I wanted to even post this in the group. It mightn't be, important to some people, but for the artists now, you see how you say that? These artists, they need to be more smart, Robert. I see in most of them going to these events, right, where we done establish these people making millions of dollars after, millions of dollars. We do the math yesterday. And they go in and giving them free performances because there's a lot of people there. So people are going to hear their voice and they're walking away with nothing. The music industry gets so scary now. And they need to stop doing that foolishness.
Well,
and as you say, these events that used to be normal events long time, they have gone over to the dark side.
Well, Ruby, that is just my interpretation. I mean, I'm entitled to have an interpretation. But
no, you're correct. You're correct, and nobody will highlight that. You're correct. Listen, there was a video. There is a video. Those videos I don't send. I don't send those videos to people. I will tell you about it. I saw a video with a young lady, naked as she was born, in what they is called a pari, right?
Mm-hmm.
In stink and dirty. She whatever clothes she had on, that's what she used as the mattress on top of the bush, and she engaging with two fellas. Yes, raw, right there in the party, Robert. Well, probably outside the party somewhere. That is what these things, you know, if you understand, promote. You go into a party named Jemm naked. Come on. What you going to do? You're going to stand up and clap and clap in the party?
Well, either that or you participate.
No, if you understand, you're going and get stink and dirty.
When
dirty.
When food sharing, whether it's sexual food or food for your body, human beings have no instinct of refusing, you know. You have to understand that. That's the way we are. Whether right or wrong.
I will continue to say, if the government don't pull up the socks and start to create and start to give the people jobs. Robert, looks, one of our listeners, I don't know, I've saved as anonymous. I don't know why. But she just messaged me and tell me she's in St. Augustine there by Massey. And a man like he going MoneyGram to send money. And a boy just come and grab the envelope from the man. He kind of ruffle up at him and he get away with, he didn't get the money. And the man running the Massey to go and send the money. You know what I mean? But it will get worse.
Well,
the home invasions will increase. The robberies on the road. You see a man went and thief wigs. He said to pay off some debt. So let them keep the jobs in the pocket. Continue to give the contracts and the work and thing to the 1%, so that, as the Prime Minister say, that they have to stay rich
in order
and get
for
richer.
In order for the poor to benefit.
But where the opportunities, even if he say that, well, honor it now.
Well, the opportunity, Ruby, is in stink and dirty, bacchanal, and these kind of things now. Because what will happen now is we will take illegitimacy and make it legitimate, because the Financial Intelligence Unit is not paying attention to this. Again, I keep responding and telling people, when I had this little mass ban, the VAT office come without any valid documentation, use what is called hypothetical. Say, well, based on this, we calculate that you would have done so and so and so and so. And I end up having to go to court and end up having to pay $80,000 in VAT. I myself didn't have the document, no different than EMA, who I paid $8,000 the other day in a fine for something that happened 7 years ago. But the people on Aripita Avenue is allowed to break the law. The people in Stink and Dirty is allowed to break the law. The people in Jealousy or whatever could break the law. They could go above the 70 decibels in the night, and the damn blinking, stinking, nasty set of people in EMA would not take action against them. But I trying to promote a sort of family up to get together with my pavement line, with the station pavement line. And instead of they see that as being positive, because I don't make no blasted money from it, they say, nah, rocketini rukungotungkung. Well, listen to me. I have already made an advocacy and a decision. You see, all of those things I used to do, I'm not doing it again. Yeah. So all of you artists outside there that would have been the ones who would have gotten a break, well, you go and catch all your nenen pooch now. Go by the dark economy and go and sing for free. Yeah. And then in the end, get nothing.
That's what it is.
That's all you like. So all you press on, man. Enjoy it.
Listen, my daughter, I sent it for you. My daughter did a video. This was before Stink and Dirty. She did, it was more about the audio now. And she's talking about the Jemm naked. Look at how much people was in that event. Nobody mask, nobody social distancing.
Nobody.
She showed me a video, Robert, with a woman whining on a man's lip. You hear what I say? on the man's mouth. You understand? She said that was so disgusting. And hear this. We see nurses, we see police officers partying, right? We see teachers, because you know you have some of them on Facebook and Instagram and all as your friends, right? Yeah. You see all these people working in ministry, departments and things. And then what she's saying is, Tuesday morning after Stink and Dirty, after they go Stink and Dirty too, they telling you when you walk in the place, pull up your mask. Put on your mask. You can't come in here without your mask. The same people who was in the party.
Oh, Lord. What can I tell you?
I swear, Robert, these people, why they doing it? Because why? They under the slave masters shredding, you understand what I'm saying?
You're right.
Because
you're
you
right.
with your stupid self, you getting paid to tell me put on my mask. But you was just grinding down the place in a place where you don't know none of these people, where they come from, what they have, and you don't care because music and alcohol there. What going on in this place?
But
Robert?
no, but Ruby, I had to add to that, and I pay $500 to go.
Listen, you still making them sound good. Because on the night and the morning of the parties was $1,000, and it was so bad and stinking that here what went on. They sold 20,000 tickets, and then outside of the event, it had more than 10,000 people trying to get in, and the event was already filled. Tickets were already inside, but you know what happened? They had to just bust the gate, people coming free and all kind of things. So imagine, Robert, you have $1,000 ticket in your hand and you end up in the dance free.
Oh, Lord.
You didn't even, if you understand what I'm saying.
You know what that
present your ticket.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the 1990 World Cup football game at the stadium. Imagine I am one of the people who supported and sponsored the Trinidad and Tobago national football team. And I have 2 tickets that allow me in there. And you know, when I arrive in there, I have no seat.
What?
I have no seat. The second time that happened to me is when I became involved in what was called the semi-pro, the Pro Football League tournament in Trinidad, the early time. I had the team that won the competition and never get paid. I have the trophy though, and I never gave it back to them. It was a challenge trophy. I kept it. They didn't pay me the money. I used to have a team called the Pepsi Hawks. We came up against Jamaica. The day they was playing the game in the Queen's Park Oval, I had 4 tickets to go. When I arrived in the Oval, they had no seats for me. So, like, the rebel Robert, my guests and myself went to the bar. And women were not permitted there then. And it was myself and my associate and our wives. And when we arrived there, they had to make space for us upstairs because they did not accept the breach of women being in the bar. Now, this is 2 experiences just like what you're talking about there. Now, my point is that I had a similar experience with that when we brought Barrington Levy here the first time. It is, and I believe to date, still the most number of people that ever went to a concert in this country.
Yes.
The fire officer did come to me the night and say, Mr. Amar, there are a lot of people outside, and although we have closed the venue because it's at capacity, we're telling you now we'd have to open the gates and let everybody else in. And we had to let everybody else in.
Yeah.
You understand? Now, those people didn't have no tickets, but they came there to buy.
Yeah.
Because the Trini mentality.
That's how it works out with an entrance, eh?
Yeah. So I am
have the entrance blocked.
I am calling on the Ministry of Finance to please start, because hey, everybody's supposed to pay the part. I do whatever little. If I make money, I pay. If I don't pay. I can't pay if I don't make money. For the last 2 years, I catching my ass to pay because I ain't making no money, because the kind of business we get in really and truly is small business. And I ain't going down the road, Ruby, are taking no illicit money and laundering it. That's not my style. There are businessmen in this country who do that.
That party that I had part to play in the other day, Robert, Indian Arrival Day.
Yeah.
On the beat up. We had to pay for 27 officers. That was about $40,000. And then 5 officers. And that party didn't see, I probably it had about 700 people, 700 and something people. So, if you understand what I'm saying,
yeah.
Tell me about 20,000 people.
And the thing about it, as I asked
they didn't have enough officers for that.
I asked yesterday, who is the magistrate that approved the bar license for those functions? Now they will tell you it's a cool effect, so they don't have to get no bar license. But at the end of the day, the stadium that is under the control of the government, what was the approved number of people you gave to come into this facility? And God forbid that the next time they have one of those, somebody don't yell fire. And we have a trampoline going in or going out. Think how many people will die. But I suppose it takes Trinidad. We like to be the leaders, like Dylan Johnson says. We like to be at the lead in great news that is bad for the world to see. So while Ukraine and everybody doing their thing, Trinidad want to be up there too. So the next party it have like that. If the government don't take the action to make sure they put curtailment, I hope nobody gets killed. Because then it would be the responsibility of the Prime Minister of the country, because he's damn well aware of what is going on. But nonetheless, I don't want to be the goat mouth guy. Call me the futurist. Seen round the corner before you get around there. We're going to pay these bills, people, when we come back. I'm going to play a clip for you from the one and only Colum Imbert.
All right, the one and only.
The one and
Thank
only.
God is only one I am.
One I am. No, I have two. The one that lose the phone and the one that spend any money. We'll be back.
More FM, 18 years of great music, 18 years of great announcers, 18 years of great DJs. On Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, More FM celebrates 18. On Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, More FM celebrates 18 years, East, West, North, South, and the Sister Eye. Tobago, come celebrate with the More FM 18th anniversary at Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. It's a black and white anniversary. Ladies in black, men in white at the Center of Excellence on July 23rd, 2022. Advance tickets, the price at $150 and doors open at 10 p.m. sharp.
Is all that you can.
More FM celebrates 18. For more info, call 303-5920-789-2881 or 466-0001. More FM celebrate 18.
Let's have a good time.
Come to Sheltec for your everyday gaming needs. Get your eShop, PSN, Roblox, and Steam cards. Also get the latest PS5, PS4, Xbox, and Switch games. We have everyday specials, 2 for $500 on games for everyone. Shop online at sheltechelectronics.com and get even more discounts. Visit us at 11 to 13 Frederick Street, Capital Plaza, Port of Spain. Come to Sheltec for your everyday gaming needs.
Shiny and Ari, restaurant number 67, Western Main Road, St. James, opposite Standards. For breakfast daily, Monday to Sunday, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. On the menu, sada roti, fry bake, roast bake, pie, coffee, tea, Milo, vegetable pizza, pancakes with assorted vegetables. Lunch specials daily from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Chicken pilau, $25. Assorted lunch from $25 to $40. Soup specials and crab and dumpling. Delivery of food available. Dinner a la carte on the pavement from 6 p.m. until burgers, chicken sandwich, hot dogs, fries and chicken, nuggets, shrimp burger, gyros, and anything else you can think about. Call 382-9347 to place your orders 7 days a week.
Hey, Lady G, let off. This election is not about me. This election is about those people out there. This election is not about me. This election is about their party.
Vote for Dr. Fuad Khan as party leader. Let me use my experience to make the party win again.
What goes in is a local something that makes it all taste better. It's tasty special flavor that's bitter savor at the Royal Castle. Welcome the Royal Castle. Royal Castle. Flavor to the bone. Royal Castle. Taste the very own. Royal Castle is the local something that makes it all taste better. Taste the unique flavor of our culture at Royal Castle.
Southside. It's your turn as we take you down memory lane. The biggest back in times event to hit Southside on Saturday, 16th July.
Jump on a bread out, jump on a bread out.
At Black Sails Restaurant and Bar, Ducks Ranch, 51 SS Erin Road, Philippines, San Fernando. From 9 p.m. featuring the Hitman Howie T, King Kabuki, and yours truly Ishmael, the Demolition Man. Admission $100. Lots of prizes and giveaways to be won. For more information, call or WhatsApp Sammy at 342-9518 or Black Sails 682-6801. Memory Lane.
Oh yeah.
I'm on fire.
Saturday, 16th July at Black Sails Restaurant and Bar, Ducks Ranch, 51 SS Erin Road, Philippines, San Fernando.
There's a new drink that's transforming what you expect from a beverage. U-Juice is 100% natural and has the power of red ginseng, turmeric, ginger, and the world's strongest antioxidant, astaxanthin. Your new favorite drink has arrived. U-Juice, en route to the ultimate you.
U-Juice. And when me drink, me get a natural boost.
Which program do you enjoy on M104.7? Let us know. It's time to vote for Program of the Year. Send your votes now to 789-2881. That is 789-2881. Vote for your favorite Program of the Year on More FM.
All right, people, we are back. Just coming up in 13 minutes after 11 o'clock. And I want to start this segment with this clip. I think it'll bring back good memories for all of you. It will be interesting. Here we go. In view that this morning on the front page, flour rises again. KFC meals to go up from $1.50 to $6. And more due for flour. This is a clip from 20, where is this here, boy? 2018, I think. Stick and stay.
As I indicated, the economy is turning around. In fact, Madam Speaker, it has turned around. Revenue collection is up, Madam Speaker. The non-oil sector is growing, Madam Speaker. The energy sector is booming, Madam Speaker. And we reach a point as a country where we're into a zone now where we just can't continue to borrow money to finance what is called recurrent expenditure. Salaries and wages is recurrent expenditure. It's not productive sector. It's not capital expenditure. It doesn't create or stimulate economic activity per se. So that the point I am making is that right now we're struggling simply to pay current wages and salaries. That's the point I'm making.
That's the point he's making. This is the man that has gone out on a limb to tell you the revenue is turning around. No, Madam Speaker, the revenue has turned around. We're talking, you have all of that happening for you at that time. And these civil service workers or public servants waiting for their wage negotiation. All the positives you tell us, the energy sector is booming. All the things you tell us, but you still didn't. But you still,
Robert,
you still didn't honor the people's wage.
The economy has turned around.
No, you say the economy has turned around. He was saying is turning. And that is in 2018. 3 years later, in 2021, he says we catch him retail to even pay recurrent expenditure. So when you find out that, brother, after you make the decision to build your own tall apartments on Picton Street,
you know,
After you buy all the things, as
And
people
buy
say,
how much thing he buy? What they say he buy the other day? What building is that?
they say you buy the mall. And they also,
Papa,
well,
you
they didn't say, no, they put a whole new Mercedes-Benz wagon that maybe valued $1 million plus.
I want to counteract. I want to sue the state. I want to counteract because remember I would have gotten ticketed for not wearing a mask, right?
Yes.
And plus, within this whole pandemic, they would have charged me for, they say I was in a group more than 10, right?
I remember.
And I remember I was standing by myself. So seeing all these videos, because I have my proof, right?
Yeah.
Seeing all these videos and all these parties and all of that. These people, not nobody wearing masks. And look, it's thousands of people gathered. And so how no arrest there, Robert? And then on top of that, they pressuring the children to wear masks to go to school. I tell you, we are real fools, you know. We just accepting anything. But I am going to have to sue them.
Well, I
because
understand.
Because how you can charge me? How you can charge me for that?
I understand the
for
matter.
For not wearing a mask in front of a man who's standing by myself. That's where I get the mask, you know.
I understand that the matter. I understand the matter, which is the one that came up where you were charged together with the other 30 people. I understand it was thrown out, was it?
No, they thrown out what them is a set of fools. They put it to January next year.
No, they can't. Anyhow, okay, no problem. I spoke to Mikey about that a couple of days ago, and he told me that it now is looking as if though it's statute bad because at the time they were supposed to take action within a certain number of months or weeks or whatever, and they haven't done it. But we'll find out. I'll ask him again.
But what I'm saying is, right, and then you see Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, nobody, I mean, yes, we will raise it, we will talk about, but nobody not even asking. Robert, I don't understand what it is. How none of these people get in charge?
Well, again, different strokes for different folks. This is the Minister of Health really is maybe, I think from what I understand, somebody says he got a temporary whiff of glaucoma.
I wonder, what?
Glaucoma. I think he got that, a little whiff. So he wasn't able to see.
I wonder if in Faizabad on Sunday, if the police was telling anybody pull up their mask or wear their mask and all of that.
No, again, you see, that is the bullshit situation in the country. That you and I know that this mask thing, but we have honored our position, and I think we must now get to the point of stopping it. Just don't wear it. Let them charge.
You see, when the children are concerned, the people need to fight back.
No, they need to
home.
fight back. But
yeah, he's doing the homeschooling. I am not going through that. No, they cannot kill my child, not at all.
Well, I want to agree with you that there comes a time when this society, and this is what I think is happening right now based on the boy.
We as big people can't even wear that for more than 20 minutes. You're breathing, you're huffing, you're puffing, you're taking it off. Come on, man. Children must sit down in a classroom for 8 hours with that on the face.
And you wouldn't believe,
party and wind down the place with it on the face.
You know, it's the Prime Minister that gave the instruction for that mask to continue to stay.
Yeah, and I screenshotted the information and I sent it for you. You see that they're saying that the protocol goes until the 31st of July.
Yeah.
But then they will go on the 28th or the 29th.
And extend it.
Thursday or the Friday, and they'll extend it.
Well, we allow that, right? We allow that.
Of
whether
course.
we like it or not.
But don't worry, all you could pay, and our next party will come up, or they'll spend all the $1,000 so that they wouldn't wear any mask. How much hours? 6 hours.
You know, the funny part is you and I quarreling about that, and I was studying to talk to you, that we put on dirty and stink.
What does dirty and stink?
Yeah, let me put on dirty and stink. Dirty and stink bacchanal.
Well, FOC coming up just now.
That's
the next one that's coming up. FOC, yeah. I tell you this. Well, we have to be a little more original, so we wouldn't go with dirty or stink, but we will come up with something.
No, but they listen to me.
You understand? I'm sure my millions will go into some good use.
Hold on. They already build the market, right? We have people that don't know about stink and dirty. So we just call it, what Marshall do? Alternative. We call it the alternative. Instead of dirty and stink.
That's too good, Robert. They ain't coming back.
Let's see somebody there. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Ruby and Mr. Robert.
Morning, my darling.
Puna here.
Long time we hear from you, man. We hear you Chiran Banyo from the phone.
Boy, Robert, boy, my health, boy. I'm having some serious health
Yeah, well, you went.
How you going? Because I know the poison might be sinking in. How you going?
Well, girl, the Ruby tell you the God truth. I don't know if this is a consequence of the vaccine. I'm being honest with you.
Of course.
I started. I never.
That's what I tell you, the poison sinking in.
I have high blood pressure. I have been very serious short breath. I know a number of other things, and so as a consequence of that, my children, they wrong me. They sanction me, then nothing from driving and all these things and what have you. But
right.
I just say, look, right now I'm hiding and making this call. Yeah, because they don't even want me to call and because
that real sad boy. You know how much people just message me and ask me for you? People all, Anne, Nadira, this one, everybody.
Be happy to hear from you. So let's keep you on the phone too long. The key thing is.
No, I have a mouthful to say, Robert.
Yeah, go ahead.
Robert,
yeah.
This, I don't want to say the word, but this is a SHIT country.
Right, okay.
And I'll tell you why I say that.
Yeah.
Remember when the Minister of Health was saying about we the number one in the health thing and what have you?
Yes.
I remember a cesspit truck was passing in from not too far from by me. Them two a tanker truck.
Yeah.
And you know what it mark on top of it? We the number one in the number two business. You understand? So this is what this country has gone into. Robert, I want to state something for you now.
Go ahead.
I don't want you to get too thing with Anisette and this labor movement.
Yeah, don't get too tight on.
Right, because these fellas tell me a bunch
Tell him, Mr. Tunapuna.
You hear me, Robert?
Yeah, we are in the loud and clear.
I'll tell you why these fellas are a bunch of hypocrites. Remember, Basil Pandey did make a statement that he gets so much stab in the back that if anybody tries to stab him again, it won't be going into one of the hole in the back. Remember that statement?
I don't remember it, but I hear what he means.
Right. No. Well, I tell you that the hypocrisy with this trade union movement. I heard you saying this morning that the Postal Workers Union did not attend the
but that is what I'm sure I heard Mr. OWTU saying that.
Right. Now I'm going to show you something, Robert. The Police Service Association didn't attend the demonstration they had the other day. In fact, they were at somewhere up in San Souci, somewhere have that big cookout and whatnot. Were you aware of that?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay, well, I saw it on television in Ian Allen's show, and they filmed the whole thing with all the police work and whatnot, having a cookout and whatnot, and they failed to attend that. They are the ones who crying out for their wages and whatnot and what have you. I read the papers yesterday. I can't remember which one it was, Robert. They know, they're having new elections coming up for the police service head and in the organization.
Right.
There's a guy named Williams who vying for the president or the opposed in anything. And he said his main aim for this thing is with negotiations. But you fail to even mobilize support from your fellow policemen and them, who you expecting them to vote for you for this election coming to take part in the Labor Day celebration or in any demonstration that is taking place.
No, I'm not certain, Tunapuna. Is police and the what you call the services that can strike, are they prevented from attending these things?
Robert, remember they took a day or after.
No, I know, but that was in a sense was an illegitimate arrangement. I'm asking.
Okay, they're not taking time off, but what about those police and them who are off duty?
Yeah, they should have gone. Well, we'll wait. Tunapuna, we'll wait and see what happens on Friday.
No, let me just tell you something, Robert. I heard you talking to Ozzy Warwick yesterday with respect to that $15 million issue that was offered by the government.
Yes.
When that money was offered, Robert, I could remember vividly, distinctly. Roger and them never refused it. But with the public outcry and tell them all the blanket bought out by the government and whatnot, the labor movement, because they were supportive of the government, of this government. And when the public outcry, he say, okay, well, they represent J2, right?
Yes.
Roger and them, right. Michael Anisette, who is the head of NATUC, said, we will accept it. But anyhow, the money is still too small. I remember that any time you get in touch with Michael and he said, ask him if he made a statement. We will accept it. Now I'll just show you again. Look, the same fellow who's now vying for the head of the police organization. He said that, we, in 2013, we were given something, I think, if I'm not too sure, somewhere about 9% or something like that wage increase. And we received the $1,000 tax-free thing. That was under the Kamala Day. Why did they lose the election? How come that Ole didn't support them again? Since they settled negotiation. And to show you the hypocrisy of them, this trade union movement. All the outstanding negotiation they had, when the price of oil was at its highest, $140-something a barrel, Robert, Patrick Manning, you remember what he offered them, Robert? 0, 0, 0. You remember that?
Yes, I remember.
And then he had Paliwala called the heart where they squander billions of dollars. Remember, I'm telling you this, Robert. The trade union movement, when Kamala and they came into power, they settled all the negotiations. 100 and something negotiations. In spite of Patrick Manning and them crashed the economy, Kamala and them was still able to settle these negotiations. Keith Rowley in his campaign for the election that he won in 2015 said that this government, the partnership government, settled negotiations, boasting and beating up the chest 10 and 12 and 14% and whatnot, and left certain and a debt of how much? $5 or $6 billion. Robert, you remember that?
I vaguely remember.
Right. How come it is that none of these trade union leaders, these bitches, never stood up and say and defend that position of Kamala Prasad and them settling those negotiations, Robert? But you see all of them in cohort with politics. And I want to ask you a question, Robert. If somebody asks you a thing, Robert, who you voted for election, would you hesitate to tell them?
No.
Okay, because what people will say is a personal thing and whatnot and whatnot. I am positive sure all them trade union leaders and them must have voted for the PNM. Because here I am, they can't tell me about, you must put them in that position, ask them about the money business. Ask, and he said, and then ask these leaders who they voted for, because here why? It have people who just call in on the program and say, I voted for the government, I supported them. You understand? And this is what they turn wrong and kick in me now. Now, Robert, let me wrap up. I saw on the news last night, in England, the entire train industry, the train business has been shut down.
Okay.
Because the trade union leaders call it. And in another country, I can't remember, God help me, that the entire airline industry has been shut down.
Okay.
Hundreds of thousands of people have taken strike action because they call in for better wages and whatnot.
All right,
the fact remains that the workers and the people supported the trade union leaders because they were honest and they're deceitful like these fellas and them.
Well, you remember I asked Ozzy that yesterday if the unions had lost the confidence of the workers.
The workers have lost the confidence.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Yeah, the workers have lost the confidence of the unions.
Because they were traitors. And if they were true in the thing, Robert, and make any call, the people would have turned out. But when they see that the thing that they were doing, because even then, Keith Rowley and them was planning to decertify some of these trade unions, you know. That today they have them, as you say, they circumcise them. They do everything to them, and have them swimming from Tobago, have them kneeling down and praying and doing all kind of dotishness. Right. But you know, the government who settled the negotiation, none of these fellas ever come out and defended Kamala Prasad and the government for settling these negotiations. See what they're facing up, Robert and Ruby. Have a blessed day. Starting to get a short breath.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, so that was a long one. We gave him some space.
Yeah,
because
we had a game that player because remember he
hasn't been around for a long time. He hasn't been around, but we're happy that he's okay. Hi, good morning.
I'm happy that he's okay. Thank God for that.
Hey, what's going on?
Smart man.
Morning, I am a Trinbagonian.
I'm a Trinbagonian, yeah, boy. Yeah, sorry, Ruby. Gotta keep you on my P's and Q's.
As a Trinbagonian supporting the stink and nasty.
Oh, Lord, well, listen, come, let me get together.
Yeah.
I want invest some money with Ruby and me now. We want to put on Dirty and Stink.
No. Stink and nasty. That's sounding more better.
Stink and Nasty. All right, it's sounding like a better one.
Yeah.
Stink and nasty.
What about kill each other? Kill each other. They come in that for sure.
Gosh, no, Ruby, come on, man. You want to enjoy the money, girl? Let me go for the money, man. What's wrong with you at all? You know why $20 million, Ruby, in income?
Boy.
Well, let me say this to all, right? The animal instinct has started to kick in human beings.
The animal instinct has started to kick in human beings. All right, boss. I hear you.
Yeah, because let me tell you this: we have a conscience, and our conscience is our law and our guide.
I hear you.
You see that scale? The judicial system that's been moving with.
Yes.
On the logo.
Yes.
I could bet you $1 that none of them really understand what that scale means.
I doubt it.
If they do, the few that probably do, they just don't care. You see, the balance of opposites is very critical in the universe. And whenever you tip that balance, you're going to have problems like what we have in the world today.
I hear you.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you continue to oppress people and you continue to allow people to fight amongst themselves, you starve them, you oppress them. Is a situation where you educate me, you program me, and you enslave me. That is what it is. When you continue to starve people, enslave people, oppress people, the animal instinct is going to kick in. And by saying that, your conscience will no longer be a guide because you will be forced to survive.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So, the objective at this point in time is to try and remove this government by any means necessary. And when I say by any means, it means by any means, because if we have to allow them to stay there for the next 3 years,
oh Lord, then conscience will go away for sure.
Them and are none. Them and are none. They sell that. I know if they sell it to the devil or who they sell it to, but they have none.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as we might criticize the trade unions for all the slackness that they would have engaged in over the period of years, at this point, it's probably one of the only vessels that we have to sail on to try and remove this administration out of office. Probably one, if I say one, probably one of the only one vessel that we have to try and get this government out of office. We mightn't like the captains, we mightn't like the sailormen, we mightn't like the engineers, but it's the one and only vessel that we have to get this administration out of office. And I like the position, and he said, give them a letter, President, Prime Minister, give them a letter stating that we are very much disappointed and we no longer need all your service. So all you should vacate all your seats, like the Prime Minister say, all you just take all your thing and scatter. This is the last point of diplomacy. And after this point would be ultimate chaos. We have to be very careful because we're treading on enchanted ground.
The one thing I want to say in variance of what you said, which is what I mentioned to Ozzy yesterday, is that they have the greatest opportunity in the world, that the president came out and opened her mouth. The president went so far as to sort of give them a guidance to say all you need to use a different approach. And I said to him that while they're going to deliver this letter on Friday, which I think may be a good move, it wouldn't have any impact because she has no teeth. She's a toothless tiger. The reality is that they needed to also follow this up with a letter that says, Madam, we saw your response in the newspaper and we want to meet with you. And let all the labor union leaders go and sit down now and meet with her. because she meets with the Prime Minister. And if the Prime Minister is not listening to the people, maybe he may listen to the President. And I'm putting a big maybe there.
Yes.
So I would believe that a master stroke is the letter, but a follow-up is that now that we have delivered the letter and you have made your pronouncement, we would love to hear from you as being the head of whatever. We want to get your views now, because you seem to understand what the Prime Minister wants.
Mm-hmm.
So come and help us so we can make sure that everybody get what they need.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, there's tit for tat that's going on inside of it.
I fully understand that.
Yeah, because you can't hear from she, you can't see she, you know where he is, this one ducking, that one hiding, everybody running in a little hole because they realize something is about to explode. But the bottom line is that before we reach to that stage, if this letter is being delivered to the President and the President do not step up to the plate and answer the call, it's going to be madness. The trumpet is sung and it's getting louder every day.
I am in total agreement with your philosophy and with your view, and the way you are putting it forward makes a lot of sense.
It is sung, Amar.
So we have to wait now and see what will happen with the President after Friday, because nobody knows when the Prime Minister is returning up to today.
Nah, them fellas having a good time out there, man. Them fellas jigging out there.
You understand?
I think a nasty party going on out there privately, and we know what's going on. Them fellas have a good time out there.
And again, I appealing to you, boss. How long you suffering? You're like me, you're like Ruby, we suffering. We may not be suffering like the real sufferers.
And do the party and walk
Let me do the party, boss. What you said, dirty and stink? Stink and nasty?
No, it says stink and nasty.
Stink and nasty. Hey, people, look out for a party.
I want to remind all of before I come up, before I forget. Rowley went up on a podium, I think it's either in 2017, 18 sometime. And the man, I don't know what exactly the conversation, but it leads up to the end and why he said that people have to do what they need to do to ensure their safety and to protect themselves. That was the statement the man made.
I hear you, and I understand the context in which you're saying. So no problem. I appreciate your views.
Yeah. So we have
but hey, more important, put all this shit aside. Sorry about this. We need some money to come together, boss. We're gonna put on that party, 20,000 people, $500 a ticket, and we ain't talk about the money. We could sell it by the bar. 10 million. You could work from now for the next 40 years of your life. You wouldn't see that kind of money. And if you and Ruby and I do that, we're talking 3 million a piece, and we are paying no tax, we are paying no VAT, we are paying nothing.
We are paying for no police, nothing. We real bad.
Right.
Once you name your parties, them kind of thing you get through.
Right. And don't forget, Amar, every morning you take your shot before you start.
Take my shot. All right, boss. All right.
You take your shot too?
Thanks a lot.
All
right. You take care.
All right.
Right. We missed that one. These lines are cut off real fast, boy. These digital lines, you don't even get 10 seconds extra.
Yeah.
You don't get even 10 seconds extra. Line 2. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Amar. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I'm
Good morning, Jemm. How are you?
We're all good.
Okay. Here what happened. I heard the caller before the last one attacking the union about this and that and the other.
No, he wasn't attacking the union.
He was not attacking. He was giving his
opinion.
opinion.
He was giving an opinion.
He always come and talk like that against the union. And let me tell you something. In 2010, if it wasn't the union, you would have never had a people partnership government in that area. And if it is that you want to continue attacking the labor movement for their support that they give her, if she had done the right thing in 2010 to 2015, we would never have gone away from that.
Okay, so
because we fight Patrick Manning, and we got 2010 Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisesa in government. Mr. Amar and Ruby Jemm, the very first thing she did before the year, I am sure as can. I don't shame to hide behind anything. I say it as it is. Before the first year in office, Mr. Amar, they bulldozed farmers in one of the most disgusting ways the country ever see. So do we sit down and say that is our government, and sit down and take the nonsense that was meted out to the farmers in this country? And that is when I turned my back on her, because I supported her right up to become the political leader of the party. I'm not a member of the UNC. And I am saying to you all today, right, that if it is that Kamala Prasad be still there, she will be there until Patrick Manning and Keith Rowley ready to leave office or die in office. Because as long as she is there, you're going to have Keith Rowley and have the UNC as opposition. I think we got to wake up and be sensible about how we could remove Dr. Rowley from there. Because the only option, and you are quite right, is only the unions to do that. Only the unions and civil society, not the opposition. And we have to understand the reality of what it is happening. We have faced some of the most difficult decisions that Dr. Rowley make against the country, not against the union. He was targeting the union, but okay, the decision that was made against Tetrotrin is affecting the whole country. The decision to take our advice, Mr. Amar, is affecting the country, because he didn't take the position that we took to make them understand that we can be a better food supplying, a better food consumption people of local food. And none of them have done that, including the UNC under 2010 to 2015, Mr. Amar. So we have to understand, and we have to wake up to the understanding. We cannot be UNC to death and PNN to death, otherwise we'll death like a robin. You understand? I don't want to give the description, but we have to understand something. The enemy in this time right now is not Roger or Shiraz Khan or the Warwick or both Mr. Amar or Ruby Jemm or Ken, the guys from the morning. They are not the enemy. The enemy is Keith Rowley, and whatever we have to do to remove him, we have to come off our stupidness and understand that this is what we have to do, and stop looking at other people as the enemies. The enemies of the country, the working people, the working poor, the poor people in this country right now is Keith Rowley and his band of bandits. Sorry for being so passionate, but you have to understand something. Sometimes I want to listen to your program, but when them people come with their negative attitude, sometimes I'll have to come on and be like I am.
We don't have a problem with that. The important thing is that you have the right to be able to share your views, and so does everybody else.
Thank you very much, Mr. Amar.
We don't have a problem.
What happening is that I did an interview with you. I told you that this flower crisis is going to a thing, but we had, and I outlined to you the proposal that we have made towards the government. And look at what is happening now.
Yeah.
If we have started this 6 months ago, or when we put in the proposal, we didn't have to worry about flour going up at all. All right.
True.
Mr. Amar, we concentrated on the roti and the doubles and the bread and so on. Do you know, with the price increase of wheat, you may have sheep and goat and beef just now and chicken as luxury meals?
I hear you.
Because the byproduct of the wheat, when you take wheat and you take off the main product, which is the flour, the byproduct of the middling goes into animal feed.
I hear you.
And that is the bulk feed. And if it is that we don't do something very soon,
that price going up again.
The prices of feed and all that are going to. And how do this? And this is to kill out the small man, because when a man has 15, 20, or even 50 goats or sheep, and he can't buy feed for them, and he can't grow them properly, what do we do?
You have no choice but to have.
And then we are the bandits coming behind me because there's poor old people who can't fight, so they're targeting them. Mr. Amar, we're in a terrible position, and we cannot be using people who fighting against Keith Rowley as the enemy, my brother, and Ruby. We cannot make them the enemy. The enemy is one person right now in this country, and the enemy is Keith Rowley.
But Shiraz,
that's how you look at it.
Just for you to know, we don't see the unions as the enemy, right?
No, I'm not saying you. I'm talking about the people who need to help get rid of Keith Rowley.
Right. And I think all he was doing was waving a wand of caution based on, as I said this morning, you have to remember when the 5% salary increase came the last time, the man who held the most powerful position after Roger, which is the public service man, Watson Dukey, jump out in the front and take the 5%,
Yes.
and to hell with everybody else. And the guy was making the point that unions have to be cautious, considerate, that this is a joint approach. That is why I said that we have now the single strongest position, because both union and civil service or civil society has now come together. We no longer separated.
Mr. Amar, we give you an opportunity for Labor Day. You all march with us. We march with you. We didn't march on our Labor.
And I agree. And this is why I played the clip this morning. I said I like how Anizet is dealing with the matter. It's not only wages.
Not only wages.
You know, it's about the people who are in holding positions of strength or of authority or guidance, being able to help to make the decisions of the future. Don't only call me every 5 years to come and ask me to vote for you.
Yeah. And the decisions that Dr. Rowley is making is a colonial 1% decision.
But he told you all that in his words. He said, we, the minority, a small group of us, sit in a room and make decisions based on you appointing us, but you never ask us what the hell we want.
Right.
How the hell you could run the country without asking me what I want?
And you have to understand something. We fought against Patrick Manning, and I want to make this point to people. We fought Patrick Manning, blood and tooth and nail, and we got rid of him and we put the PPA government in office. If we talk about the union, we had 3 or 4 union leaders in the People's Partnership. What they have done to strengthen the union. Errol McLeod turning back on workers. Rudy Indar Singh was there. Rudy, what his name is, I forget his name all now. Work with the union. We have those people there as union leaders and in the PP, and we had never had a legislation to assist the union into becoming more representative for their workers and all of that.
Don't forget that Rudal Moodilal also was supposed to be part of that.
Rudy Moodilal, that's the third name I was.
All right.
And he told me to take 5% on the side and wine. That's what he told us. You can remember that. And this is what we had to fought against Moodilal when Moodilal bulldozed the farmers and he put on a front page ad on the papers. Our farmers are too greedy. That is what he did. That is what they did to us, Mr. Amar.
Well, we come back, like you and I have to agree that the reality is that we have to set the priorities straight in the interest of the society's development, not in the issue of any individual politician or political leader.
And I quite agree with you.
And once we could get together as civil society and the labor movement, and we talk about what we want, enforcement, implementation, and transparency become the order of the day.
Yeah.
And once you get that, you will be able to see benefits to the majority in a faster time.
Mr. Amar, let me tell you something, right? The trade union movement had a thing we call the Workers' Agenda in 2009. And we did that, and we gave it to the People's Partnership. That became part of their manifesto in 2010. It's the Workers' Agenda, or we could send that for you. And what happened is that they totally disregard that Workers' Agenda from 2010 to 2050. In fact, Anthony Roger and Shiraz Khan was the 2 people that politically victimized and have us in court. Roger come out of his matter, I am still in court. That is to tell you what happened. And then additionally, Keith Rowley, we had a thing they call the MOU that signed. And when he signed the MOU, put a big Prime Minister, put his signature to a document. He come and said that was what I forget the word he used, and he never honored one word of that. So we had agreement with the PP and the PNM, and they never live up to their word. So we had to go to a different level this time around. Whatever happened, I am saying is that we need to look for something different. We cannot go with the UNC and the PNM with the kind of leadership they have and the kind of way they want to do business. We got to be able to find something that the poor people, Mr. Amar, both under all the governments before, only the rich people keep getting rich and the poorer people getting poorer. And I don't need to go over that because we dealt with that yesterday.
Right.
But I want to thank you for your time, for having me on your program, because sometimes when I work in, I can't call. I can listen, but I can't call. But on the highway and I sit down to court, because we got to understand again, and I'll repeat it for the benefit of people listening. The enemy of the people of Trinidad and Tobago,
Is Keith
Indian,
Rowley.
African, Chinese, is Keith Rowley.
Right. No
Keith
problem.
Rowley is the enemy with his band of bandits.
I hear you loud
Thank
and
you
clear.
very much, Ruby Jemm and Mr. Amar, for
All
your
right.
time.
Take care. And people, remember, when you call, we really want to make sure we insist that you say you are a Trinbagonian. That's the key. Hi, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Amar. Calling from London, Village. Samari Donny.
Donny, don't forget, but we wanted to make sure that you confirm that you are a Trinbagonian. Go ahead now.
Trinbagonian.
Talk to me, Donny.
Who put Dr. Rowley in anyway, right?
You and I.
What you what? What you say? Who, Dr. Rowley? What?
Who put him there? I tell him you and I.
Well, yeah, you and I. Well, because I didn't vote, so that means I help him.
I can remember by the partnership settle a lot of negotiation. And what should they come and do still?
No, but you see what the other guy, what Shiraz was saying is, while they might have done that, they also did us some disservice in regards to this agricultural sector, because Munilal really went with the tractor and bulldozed the land. I mean, you see, and again we come back, Donny, the problem we have in this country is that there is no plan. The plan is like a work in progress continuously. Is as we get in there, we now start to think what to do. If you can't think about what is required in some sort of, total sense that will benefit the nation that we are living or working with, when you get there, you go do shit.
I hear the man saying we can't put back camera, I can't think of it. If you compare the two of them, you can never compare.
No. What he was saying, Donny, is you have to check the leadership. Not that the UNC and the PNM can't do the job, If you put somebody good to lead the UNC, you put somebody good to lead the PNM, we'll get the job done. If you put a charlatan to lead the UNC and you put somebody in the PNM that is of a similar ilk, you're going to end up with the same story. Because this has to be somebody who really is passionate about the society, about the country, not about self, not about 1%, not about the connections. The country bigger than any individual. That is why we are insisting when you call on this show now, you start endorsing to say you're Trinbagonian, because the first thing we have to get rid of, this Indian and this African. If we go with this divisive thing where you are Indian and I is African, we can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Because you seen it through African eye, I seen it through Indian eye. How we gonna get anywhere? We have to see through a Trinbagonian eye. One vision. Thanks for your support, Donny. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, nobody here.
Hey, welcome.
Nobody. I am a Trinbagonian. Long time I hear you, boy.
He's
I am the Republic.
He's the Republic. Yes, we hear you loud and clear. 6-7, half a dozen of the next.
That Charles Khan is the solution. He says he wants a different system.
Right.
And that system begins with I am the Republic.
Border representation.
Right? And I, as the Republic, own here.
Did you listen to my clip to the union on the Labor Day?
I heard some.
I will send it for you.
But I was, yeah.
Talk to us because we had a wind up just now.
Right, so once I am the Republic, that means I'm shareholder. And as shareholder, I will then hire a board of directors for the parliament. And that board of directors will then hire an executive for the cabinet. And once you establish that, you have accountability.
Right.
Because these things will now be separate. The owner is separate from the board of directors, who will set the direction of the country, which is what you're asking for.
Right.
And separately, they will then inform the executive, hey, we have decided, we have debated amongst ourselves that this is where we want the country to go. So Shawaz Khan and his Farmers Party will make their input, and Roger and his group will make their input, and every other group, the TAP, the Retired Persons Associations, will make their input, and they will come up with a plan in the parliament where they want this country to go. then call the executive and say, this is what we want to do. How much money you want?
Implement. Correct. Your job is just to implement. Yeah.
Things start going wrong, well, I'm in the office, and there's a cold room scene. Ever hear about the cold room?
No, I hear you. I know. I understand.
Right. So until you have a constitution and a political system, the executive is separate from the legislature, and representation of the different groups of
broad.
societies in the parliament. And you know what's really funny in closing? The best example of such groups are the unions.
True.
Unions should be the ones to recognize first that it would be really nice if I had a seat in parliament. Once you have your seat in parliament, there's no higher office. There's no higher place for debate. There's no higher place for you to get your seat. So for proportional representation, starting with referendum, must be the way. Once you have two mega parties, any financiers get slip in there.
Yeah, you have troubles. All right. Nobody, we have to go.
20.
Yeah, we have to go.
That is a problem.
All right, you take care. All right, Ruby, wind up.
Yeah, let me wind up quick. Sorry about that. I have noise in the background. Remember, I'm mobile, right?
Yeah, no problem. Right, Ruby.
As I always say, continue to do your research, continue to educate yourself so that you can make an informed decision, not a manipulated one. If you don't want to do it for yourselves, do it for your children. Roberto, let me say good morning to everybody that locked on to Sense and Sensibility this morning, local and internationally. My precious gems, I'm out. Today is my Friday, so I'll be back again Monday. Please, God, have a wonderful weekend.
All right, Ruby,
Roberto.
take care. Good on.
This election is not about me. This election is about those people out there. This election is not about me. This election is about their party.
Vote for Dr. Fuad Khan as party leader. Let me use my experience to make the party win again.
More FM, 18 years of great music, 18 years of great announcers, 18 years of great DJs. On Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, More FM celebrates 18. On Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, More FM celebrates 18 years, East, West, North, South, and the Sister Eye. Tobago, come celebrate with the More FM 18th anniversary at Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. It's a black and white anniversary. Ladies in black, men in white at the Center of Excellence on July 23rd, 2022. Advance tickets, the price at $150 and doors open at 10 p.m. sharp.
Is all that you can.
More FM celebrates 18. For more info, call 303-5920-789-2881 or 466-0001. More FM celebrate 18.
Let's have a good time.
Trinity Lighting, 123 Western Main Road, St. James. Special on Lumina LED bulbs. Purchase 4 LED bulbs for $100, get 2 free. Trinity, they stock a wide variety of electrical supplies and specialize in light bulbs and parts for all your residential, commercial, marine, and medical fixtures. Remember, buy 4 LED bulbs for $100, get 2 free. 628-8373 or 622-6935. Check them out on Facebook, Trinity Lighting, ETC LTD, or shop online at trinityetc.com. In the Miami area, contact them at 305-354-2033 or 305-932-0727. Remember, be safe and wear your mask. Trinity Lighting welcomes you to their main store, 123 Western Main, St. James.
Oral wages
and Company Limited. Services offered: new tires and battery sale, motor vehicle inspection, mechanical repairs, fleet maintenance, tire alignment, wheel balancing and rotation, nitrogen installation, auto body repairs. Authorized agent for all major insurance, windshield replacement, wrecking service, parts and accessories. SMR Enterprise Shoguanas. Telephone 665-3377 or email warriorwages@yahoo.com. Open Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Warrior Wages and Company Limited.
Shiny and Ari, restaurant number 67, Western Main Road, St. James, opposite Standards. For breakfast daily, Monday to Sunday, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. On the menu, sada roti, fry bake, roast bake, pie, coffee, tea, Milo, vegetable pizza, pancakes with assorted vegetables. Lunch specials daily from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Chicken pilau, $25. Assorted lunch from $25 to $40. Soup specials and crab and dumpling. Delivery of food available. Dinner a la carte on the pavement from 6 p.m. until burgers, chicken sandwich, hot dogs, fries and chicken, nuggets, shrimp burger, gyros, and anything else you can think about. Call 382-9347 to place your orders 7 days a week.
Just coming up on 1 minute after 12 o'clock, here is your headline news, brought to you in part, sponsored by Newsday. I'm Robert Amar. Good afternoon. Population warned of men posing to be from water or electricity company, as the men are believed to be criminals robbing people at gunpoint. The finance minister has advised that e-payment for public servants is coming. Internationally, at least 200 people are feared dead after a 5.9 magnitude earthquake hits eastern Afghanistan. And in the weather, showers from this morning gave way to the sunny afternoon. Tonight will be fair with a few brief showers occurring during the pre-dawn. The seas will be slight to moderate. The waves 1 to 1.5 meters in open waters. Smooth in sheltered areas. Forecast maximum temperature 31 degrees in Piaco and 30 degrees in Crown Point. That was your headline news to 12 noon on M1047. Details of these stories will be brought in our 4 p.m. newscast. Today's headline news is sponsored in part by Newsday. I'm Robert Amar. Good afternoon. To those of you on the Facebook, thank you very much. To those of you who got into your calls, thank you very much. To those of you following Sense and Sensibility, we appreciate it. Up next is the Lunchbox with DJ Witty and Curtis 96 Degrees. And we will be getting off the ground very soon. The roads, of course, you have to be very careful. The weather conditions have changed. It means to say that the road condition has changed. And while I know we have had quite a few accidents, I'm appealing to you, the drivers, to start using logic and common sense, because speed isn't going to get you to the point of your destination any faster. It makes no difference how fast you travel in the island of Trinidad or Tobago. The reality is that there are so many cars on the roads of the country and so much traffic, plus the roads are not of the best condition. It makes no difference where you go. You will have to take your time to get to the next point. So if you want to arrive on time, leave at least half an hour before, and still that may not be enough, because the unpredictability of the roads continue to be exactly that, unpredictable. Until tomorrow, when I'll be back in the forum, and yes, we're going to be dealing with agriculture tomorrow again, because I think it's time for us to start talking this food security. And let's see what we could do to make sure we energize you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, to be ready. Because, hey, hunger is not an option. Until tomorrow, people. Up next, DJ Witty and Curtis 96 Degrees as they take you through the lunchbox on today, which is really a retro day. Wicked Wednesdays. Just stick and stay, people, and enjoy some great music from M1047. Until tomorrow, bye.
That was the headline news, sponsored in part by Newsday. Get your copy today.
Come to Sheltec for your everyday gaming needs. Get your eShop, PSN, Roblox, and Steam cards. Also get the latest PS5, PS4, Xbox, and Switch games. We have everyday specials, 2 for $500 on games for everyone. Shop online at sheltechelectronics.com and get even more discounts. Visit us at 11 to 13 Frederick Street, Capital Plaza, Port of Spain. Come to Sheltec for your everyday gaming needs.
More FM, 18 years of great music, 18 years of great announcers, 18 years of great DJs. On Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, More FM celebrates 18. On Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, More FM celebrates 18 years, East, West, North, South, and the Sister Eye. Tobago, come celebrate with the More FM 18th anniversary at Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. It's a black and white anniversary. Ladies in black, men in white at the Center of Excellence on July 23rd, 2022. Advance tickets, the price at $150 and doors open at 10 p.m. sharp.
Is all that you can.
More FM celebrates 18. For more info, call 303-5920-789-2881 or 466-0001. More FM celebrate 18.
Let's have a good time.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
Miami Vice! Saturday, 2nd of July. We head to Urban Lodge. Eastern Main Road, Tunapuna. Right opposite First Citizens Bank. So we get to be coolers ready. We designated a driver and we Miami Vice! 9 p.m. sharp. Tickets only $200. Available at M4.7 FM, Urban Lodge, DB46, One Stop Shop, KC Cool, Bundesbar, Island E-Tickets, and committee members. Miami Vice! Make you feel it. Southside. It's your turn as we take you down memory lane. The biggest back in times event to hit Southside on Saturday, 16th July. Jump on the bread out. At Black Sails Restaurant and Bar, Ducks Ranch, 51 SS Erin Road, Philippines, San Fernando. From 9 p.m. featuring the Hitman Howie T, King Kabuki, and yours truly Ishmael, the Demolition Man. Doing it. Admission $100. Lots of prizes and giveaways to be won. For more information, call or WhatsApp Sammy at 342-9518 or Black Sails 682-6801. Memory Lane. Oh yeah. I'm on fire. Saturday, 16th July at Black Sails Restaurant and Bar, Ducks Ranch, 51 SS Erin Road, Philippines, San Fernando.
Restyles Funeral Home Company Limited. Services include cremation, burial, embalming, human remains repatriation, tents, and grave markers. At Restyles Funeral Home, you can stay in the comfort of your own home and be assured that all your funeral needs are met from the time your loved one passes on to the day of burial or cremation, which simply means we do registration, acquire death certificates, and much more. We are on call 24 hours, 350-3626 or 218-5104.
Come, let's celebrate the good old days of MJSS, asking all past students, class of the 1970s. Join us on our 50th celebration anniversary, a golden jubilee to reach the unreachable star on Saturday, 10th September 2022 at Mucurapo West Secondary School, Mucurapo Road, St. James, Port of Spain. 2 p.m. to